It's amazing that I could deal a lot with, Hero and on
Uh,
Discord and such, but I do. I manage it.
Yeah, I had to start
okay.
working from home as well, so I'm digging graves in my backyard.
Mm.
Weren't you always doing that in secret?
Hey, I told you that. Like, you shouldn't tell that to everyone. I was being confident, using you as a confidant, man. Come on.
Shh. You're the one that said it already. Come
I'm
on.
just kidding.
Anyway, when we last left off, um,
Why are we dragging this thing out? Let's go.
when we last left off a month ago, unfortunately, because we've been busy and things have happened. Um, you guys were in a graveyard fighting a vampire, basically, um, in the city of Glamourpool, which is the capital of Exodor. You managed to defeat the vampire, but because he is such a high level type, he misted away, and you've been chasing his mist form ever since. Unfortunately, one of the party fell under his thrall already. Another of the party unwisely used way too many mushrooms and nearly killed himself as a result. And it seems like the Rhinestone, the Ankylosaur, has got a new rider at the moment because Sir Lancelot is too big, having been enlarged. Although, since that spell only lasts what, a minute?
No, that one it's
I think
lasting 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Well,
like a
Potions.
D4 and it just lasts
Yeah.
that long.
all right. Well, it's gonna last a while longer. So you guys were trying to track down the vampire, which was heading north and east according to Eminent senses. When from the north you heard the bellow of a dragon and the sudden thing of wings as the dragon begins to move. So, well, you guys don't actually have a party name, do you?
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
Nope.
what would you guys like to do?
The screaming dipshits.
Uh, I'm like,
Maybe
hey
run it
guys,
Honest.
shouldn't we deal with that first? Like,
No.
that seems pretty important.
Let's see who's alive after this, and then we can decide on a name.
Yeah, Aminet's running straight for the. She's still closing in on the vampire mist, so that's what she's doing.
Same.
Yeah.
And I'm making a
And
big
some of you-
Charles pretty much
White.
following.
Yeah.
I mean,
Basically, some of
trying to
you
keep up.
were like a lot farther away than the others. Unfortunately, like I said, map constraints. So we're not dealing with tokens at the moment. Amina is running northeast. What is your exact running way?
She did a very good survival check last session, and she can see where the mist
All right.
pool is. She is following that.
Okay, so she's chasing him down. All right.
and Charles trying to follow Amunet
All right.
as a
Okay.
horse.
Making a
So-
sun.
Sorry for the crinkling.
And Clay's trying to distract him.
So Internet and Char are pretty much going on as easy. Kurt is barely being able to move because of his current weight and height and such. It's just weighing him down with the way he was enlarged.
I thought he reduced himself.
He reduced himself
once.
enough that he can breathe, and he isn't
Okay, I
taking
just wanna make
damage.
sure.
Unfortunately, his movement is still lower.
Mhm. You
Uh,
said it was halved.
Yes. And Sir Lancelot isn't moving very fast either, especially with Clay there. Clay, do you attempt to stop Sir Lancelot, who has the Sunblade, or do you wish to attempt to go after Amunet and Char?
That might not be a smart idea.
You're misremembering, Chris, because
Nope.
I stole the Sunblade.
Not
No.
the second time. Sir Lancelot used a second wish and wished for it back.
Yep.
I listened
Damn it.
I listened to the end of the episode. Yeah,
I don't remember
yesterday.
that, but apparently that happened.
Yep, that happened.
Ah.
He used a second
I
wish.
have one wish left, yeah.
Because remember, he doesn't realize he has a wish. He has a wish ring.
Still doesn't figure it out.
Yeah, there was that whole
Uh.
debate as to whether or not he could wish for the sun.
I'm just gonna follow them, and I'm gonna open my ever-smoking bottle.
Okay.
So that should create a whole bunch of smoke, which would make it harder to follow smoke, right?
it would make it harder to follow for the people behind you, Sir Lancelot, and the people who are so far away at this point. Caladriel, Kurt, Holly. Yeah, Amunet and Char are actually very far ahead. So,
You do know I can move 90 feet around, right?
so you are chasing them. Amunet, how fast can you move?
Okay, with Expeditious Retreat should be 90 as well.
And Char?
Wait, no, 120. Apologies.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was 30 feet ahead of me. I forgot. Oh.
No, got out of my
so-
head. Yeah.
You would be
Jesus
about
Christ.
here and there. Char, how fast can you move?
90 feet around.
One horse moves 60 feet, so around
120. So you and Amunet are tied, basically. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Grizz, but one quick question, because I can't remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember whose shoulder Carrie was on?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the bird right there.
And
It's
I
bare.
cannot communicate with Carrie outside of 100 feet, correct?
Right, and you were 1,000 feet, wasn't it?
I think it's 100. I know it's 100 feet or so for the
100
sight
feet
thing.
for the telekinesis.
Because
Yeah, I'll look into it. You guys can go ahead and keep doing your
yes.
thing. My character has an idea.
So Amunet is getting very far away. The dragon originally was 600 feet away from you guys, crashing down that wall, basically to lift the newly risen army there. Amunet, Anshar, and Clay, all give me dexterity saving throws along with perception checks,
Okay. Let's see.
and do it the doubles just in case, without the without advantage or disadvantage on.
So just normal.
No. As long as I see both numbers, just don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh.
And perception, right?
And then, is this regarding the spawn or something else?
Something else.
Okay, cool.
Well, I see it, but I don't touch it.
Yeah. So Char, yeah, you see the tilled earth, the earth where the zombies and skeletons had previously broken through, out in front of you. Unfortunately, with the speed you're going and your unwieldy body, you kind of get a hoof down into one of these mounds, fall in, and topple forward. Let's see, Amunet, you don't see right away, but you manage to jump over Char and keep running. Let's see, Clay. Yeah, Clay, you see and manage to jump over some stuff, so that means that Amunet. Oops, that's real low. Ah,
I'd also imagine
Minutes
Ryan's son's
here.
probably trying to follow Sir Lancelot at 60 as well.
Clay is up.
Because big pack leader.
Yeah, Sir Lancelot would probably be about there. Char, not very far away from that, but of course, Kurt, what are you doing?
I'm probably sticking by Holly and Caladriel.
Well, Caladriel's mount took off, and he
Just
he
took
never.
off 6 feet.
Yeah, it took off
Oh.
60 feet, and you can barely move at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm probably sticking with Holly.
Yeah, Holly's sticking with you just in case you need more healing.
Yay, Holly.
I'm a big target.
You are. So am I. I'm 18 feet tall.
Kurt's on Holly Day.
And
God damn it. That hurt even me.
is it a haircut? Kind of like Kill Bill.
You know? This is fun.
Okay, sweet. She does have that. Awesome.
All right. So, in addition to spotting the dangerous pitfalls, Amunet, you see the shadow looming over you as the rather large dragon passes overhead and seems to be heading a bit in the direction of your other party members.
Oh. I'm looking like I'm about to try to catch it.
It's 200 feet above you.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting for it to drop.
Can she? Does she still have eyes on the mist?
Yes.
How far away is it?
How far away is it? Let's see. Let me double check. Let me see how fast these things move. Because you're moving very fast. So let me double check
Should
on
be
this.
pretty low. I think it's 20 feet per round. I'm not sure though.
Really?
I could be very wrong.
It depends on what it is.
The vampire mist? Yeah.
I do not remember. I never actually.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, the gaseous form
Mm.
for Windwalk is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it might be
Yeah.
actually faster, but I'm looking right now.
I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing its. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Mist feed. Here we go. Flying speed of 20 feet. Can hover and can enter hostiles. Stop their addition. If air can pass through the space, the mist can do so without squeezing, and it can't pass through water if it has advantage. Blah blah blah. So yeah, you would be catching up, which is also the reason why you're rolling those kind of checks, because it doubles checks on the. Sorry, my brain is losing something. It checks on where on which direction it's moving, because it's moving kind of like not in a direct path, but kind of zigzagging.
Yeah, while in mist form, its weightless has a flying speed of 20 feet.
Damn.
So, how far? I'm asking for a reason. How far away is it? Because she's going to try to brand it.
All right. How what's the distance of branding again?
Something I can see, I believe. Let me pull up
And can
my
I see the text on that? Because I want to make sure that if you can brand something that's incorporeal.
I have to hit it. Here we go. I have to hit it with my attack. But if she's got fire on her arrow, because she does have lightning and fire, if she shoots with fire, I would imagine that it is flaming and there should be some residual damage around it, and that should count as a hit.
I'm trying to see if you can actually hit the mist with something. Let me double check. Let me check again on that.
Okay.
That's one of those things. Is
Yeah.
like I am not entirely sure.
Yeah, that just
Like,
depends
other
on the
than,
ruling, right?
Other than light, I'm not sure if you can hit. Actually target the mist.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I
it's-
also had a plan.
Considering it can enter a hostile creature's space, I don't think it can get hit by anything other than sunbeam, and
Okay.
and the like. I don't think it can be hit by physical objects, even if they're made of magic, because of the way that it's
Yeah.
worded. So
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can brand mist.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Question.
go ahead. You do your thing first.
I was just gonna say, being that I'm 18 feet tall, do I see what she's looking at?
Let's see. What was your perception check earlier? Oh, sorry, you didn't roll one. Roll a perception check. And do you have dark vision? Bugbears have dark vision?
No,
correct?
but I do
They don't?
have a lot of light going on around me right now.
Then you probably wouldn't be able to see it.
I can see
Oh,
her.
can I dark
right?
vision?
You can see her, but the mist is almost impossible to see, and she sees it because she got a really high roll.
He's assuming she's seeing something.
Yeah. So you know which way to go because you can see her.
Can I throw something in front of her?
What would you like to
Or
try to
attempt
throw
to.
in front of her?
I would like to yeet my sword in front of her.
How far can you throw? Because right now your distancing is not accurate. The way
Alright.
I have your tokens placed, it's not accurate distancing. I just don't have a map big enough at
Okay.
the moment.
I'm
Also,
trying to get
bugbears do
close
have
enough
dark
to do
vision.
that. They do?
At least from this resource I see, it might not be accurate, but it says 60 feet.
It's not. saying
Yeah,
that
that's
I don't know where
that's way too far away because you're more than 60 feet away from her.
Okay, I'm gonna. Basically, that's gonna be my when I can get close enough to her.
Which
Or
you
close
can't because as long as she keeps moving at this pace, she's way far distancing you.
I mean, wouldn't she slow down the moment she's like walking in the mist because it's moving so slow?
Maybe. I'm just trying to calculate something real quick here.
Because there is sun within what's the range around me?
Okay.
30 feet.
Ah,
30 feet of dim light
oh, my
sun.
freaking hell! My screen just went huge. Oh, I see. It's because my cat is putting her paws on the. No, no pause. No pause. 1 second, guys.
No, you're fine. What is it? What would it say if I dark?
There we
there
go.
it is.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, I do.
There we go. Keyboard's out of the way, little one. You can lay there. I'll pet you, but you can lay there. Yeah, just a second, folks. I am trying to reload my my browser. My browser is having issues.
No
Not
worries.
a problem.
As
Yeah,
you
they-
mentioned bugbears having dark vision, I had a look at the list of races, and I'm like, huh. By the looks of things, I've only played like 3 or 4 of the races.
Same. The one race I've played the longest is one I came up with.
Oh.
Draconium.
Yep, Zirconium. If we do win, though, I do look forward to that. I really do like what the one I came up with.
Alrighty then. Okay, so I rolled that. I was double checking something. Come back here, rolled monsters.
Like, if she's pretty damn close to this mist, she's going to stop and let everybody catch up. For the record.
Yeah, if the mist is only moving that, it's not moving quite as fast. What I mean is that it's sorry, brain is doing one thing, words are saying other. I hate when that happens.
It's all good.
But it's kind of weaving through the graveyard, coming up towards an area where there's various mausoleums, and attempting to lose you during that. Of course, you have your senses and you can sense the undead. Meanwhile, as I said, there is a dragon flying overhead. It is rapidly descending towards your group. Amunet, you said you stopped trying to get close to the mist?
She is going to the mist, and she's keeping eyes on it. She's not going to let this go unsettled because of what she was tasked with from her goddess. She's trying to kill this motherfucker.
Okay.
So she's keeping eyes on it. And she's waiting for everybody to catch up.
Alright. Sir Lancelot. Clay, what about you? Clay?
Oh yeah, sorry, push to talk. Did I see that Amunet kind of like
Yeah.
started walking slower?
Have I not gotten an initiative?
There is no initiative at the moment.
Okay. Sorry, that's the way you were
I'll keep
addressing
saying like, hey, maybe we should like care about the dragon that's going to like burn everything. Like maybe we should focus on that right now.
Okay, go focus on the dragon.
I mean, I can't do anything about the dragon. I'm just a tailor. I think
Okay.
you're better about it.
Well, why don't you make it a nice suit or something? Go.
Do you stay there with Char, who's attempting to get out of his predicament, or do you continue on, Clay?
Wait, what's Char's problem?
He stumbled. One of his hooves got caught in a hole, and he's pulling himself out. That's how you caught up with him?
I'm just gonna let him struggle, I guess, because that's probably the best thing I can do for my best friend. I'm gonna keep running towards Amunet with my bottle of smoke.
Okay. So Sir Lancelot catches up to the Char. Amunet has slowed down because it is nearly on top of the mist, who is, as I said, weaving around and attempting to get into various one of the mausoleums here that's partly cracked. Solenzla has reached Char just as the dragon descends to 60 feet above the two of you.
God, I'm still
Well,
having
which
trouble
two?
getting up.
No, you've just pulled your hoof free.
So yeah,
And
I was just about to ask.
It,
about the
it, it,
dragon.
it exhales on Sir Lancelot and Char acid breath.
Oh,
Boy.
I thought it was headed over here. That's what you said.
No, it's headed over the group of you.
And who's it
I-
again?
I was confused as well. I thought it was heading towards me.
Yeah.
No, sorry. It's heading after some of the people that are attacking, going after the vampire. So
Well,
Well,
Char. Oh, nice. So both of you take half of that. That would be 29 points of damage.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm still alive.
holy shit.
29, so I turn back into me.
oh boy.
How far away am I from Amunet?
You're quite a ways away. You're catching up with Sir Lancelot. You just saw the
Can
acid.
I get a distance?
Let's see. As I
Greater
s-
than 100 feet. That's all I need.
You're probably about 100 feet away. The dragon pulls back up into the back up into the air and just starts winging away.
You cut out for a lot of that.
I said the dragon just kind of it swooped down to expel acid on top of Sir Lancelot and Char, and then it swooped back up again, and seems to be flying once more towards the north.
I don't remember how we decided this kind of size thing worked, Kurt. But is his weapons also?
Yes,
So I'm carrying a ballista.
basically yes.
Nice!
I would like
Good
to shoot him with a
question.
ballista.
All right, I will allow that.
Would this be considered a harmful action towards me?
No, it wasn't anywhere near you.
Okay.
And it's harmful action towards you, not towards your friends that dispel it, correct?
I mean, normal
Correct.
charm is, but this one isn't.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying. It attacked
Yeah.
his friend, but it's because it didn't attack Clay, it doesn't dispel it.
I mean, it wouldn't be dispelled anyway.
Besides, it wasn't the vampire who caused that damage just now. It was a
Yeah,
dragon.
but it says Charles of Charles' companions, so it would affect the dragon as well.
If-
That's the only reason why I was asking.
Yeah.
But it didn't attack
Yeah,
Clay.
that's why I was asking. Yeah, but if the dragon...
If I remember what she posted.
Anyway,
So,
I'm
Kurt?
shooting, I'm shooting at the dragon with the super heavy crossbow.
Okay. And that
Just
misses.
doesn't miss.
Get within range.
Well, technically, because of the increased size, this would be within range. Well, actually, even then, the 100 to 400, the dragon had to swoop down to 60 feet, and that would put him within range, but this doesn't hit. It kind of like misses right past the dragon.
Boy, I hope no one else gets hit by that.
Just
Meanwhile,
find random large
I mean,
holes
I-
everywhere.
In front of you, the vampire has apparently gotten in through the vampire mist has gotten in through a crack in the mausoleum in front of you.
Cool. She goes through the door.
It is not open. There's a crack in there. It is locked because it's made out of stone.
Cool. She kicks it in.
All
Or
right,
tries to.
do a strength check.
Okay. It's fine. It's a flat roll. But fuck it.
Does it work?
Okay, hold on. Could we save these for... Alright, never mind. Let's just...
Hey, my crit was for my life.
She is on a mission. She has been tasked with killing this thing. She is determined.
All right. So yeah, you crash in the door. You completely powder one of the skeletons that was just peeling itself up from this mausoleum, which is apparently a small family crypt of 2 floors.
Hmm.
Um, sorry, I'm thinking about something real quick.
Okay.
Trying to figure something out. Okay, all right, got it. Uh, and there's 2 other skeletons. Basically, this is the equivalent of couple of Dragger coming to life in Skyrim. But there's 2 floors in the mist. You can definitely sense the vampire has come into this place.
She is looking for the earth. She's looking for where he's going. So I would imagine with her knowledge of vampires, he's got to find some place to like recoup himself.
Yeah.
So whether that be coffin, earth from his whatever, I don't know what you have, but she's looking for that.
All right. So there are also 2 skeletons in front of you.
Oh well, cool. She'll
Like you
pop,
killed
pop.
one of them, but there's two more. Hold on, let me pull the stat sheets out.
And I would imagine kicking in a lock thing. There might be. I mean, there should be some idea of where she is. Plus, Clay has an ever-smoking bottle outside, so there's that.
So okay, Kurt is unfortunately too far away to make any difference in this initiative. Caladriel is going to be too far away, I think, to make any difference in this initiative. Uh, Clay and Amunet mainly.
I mean, I might actually be able to close up relatively quickly, considering how you want to play my movement versus
Yeah,
Rhinestones.
That's true.
Can I be moral support?
Sure.
Hooray.
Or support.
Oh. Hey, that's .0 behind. Oh, that one's ahead. Damn.
Should I go ahead and roll initiative?
Sure.
Oh, can Kurt roll as well so that I can be moral support on my turn?
Sure.
Hooray.
I'm not even sure if we're gonna need initiative or not. Amunet might just kill these things in 1 second.
Might just end it.
Ominate
No,
also has
that's fine.
advantage on attacks within melee range because Carrie's still doing help.
It's very
this is
quick
true.
moral support.
Clay.
But they have to be melee.
Clay.
Oh, she doesn't
Yeah.
have any melee.
I'm saying they have to be
Initiative.
within 5 feet.
Oh,
yeah.
Char, initiative.
Yeah.
So Lancelot,
Alright.
initiative.
I didn't say myself.
Nice job, Clay.
Well, if Caladriel is on initiative order and Kurt are on initiative order, you need to be on initiative order.
We're
Alright.
really doing a lot of a lot of 20s this time around.
Don't
I mean,
worry.
I don't mind.
Okay,
I'm
Clay,
going
what are you gonna do?
I don't. Do I care about the skeletons?
No, but you are aware of what Amunet's trying to do here.
That's fair. In that case, I'm just gonna disengage and step away because I'm pretty sure she can handle this.
Okay.
But it'll take her more time to kill them. So that's my plan.
Kurt.
Go
you have
team!
You have no idea what's going on at this distance.
Team.
Holly is just touching, puts a hand on you, and you feel 10 points, 10 healing points surge into your body.
Oh, shit, sorry. Hold the mic.
Do 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 do.
Woohoo. That's what teamwork does.
Make the dream work.
Skeleton comes forward and raises its short sword.
Miss.
Char, you did see after the dragon acid dripped off your body that Amunet kicked in the door of a mausoleum.
And how far away is she?
She's probably about 30 feet at this point, and you saw Clay running away.
Oh, only 30 feet. Well, that makes this plan a whole lot simpler. Is Sir Lancelot next to me?
No, he's within. He's very close, but he's not directly next to you.
I think like what, about 10 feet behind you because I had to be still within that line.
Mhm.
Hmm. I was hoping. Uh, Amionet can deal with the skeletons. I'm gonna make my way down to Sir Lancelot. Here, big guy, have this.
Nice.
Ooh,
Cool.
And
I'm
then I'll
near
use
death now.
my whatever movement I have left to make my way to Amionet.
All right.
Slowly but surely.
Sir Lancelot.
Uh, so if he was, well, how far am I from the mausoleum?
Let's see. Uh,
Well, Char was within 30 feet, and you were 10 feet behind him. 40 feet, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my action to fit in the being 18 feet tall. If not, I have a solution.
Just stick your sword in there and activate it.
Ooh.
Just lightsaber cleanse the whole way.
You kid, but.
I mean, the sword's already out. It
Mhm.
amuses me the thought of it.
Mhm.
If I can't fit, then I'm going to raise the roof with my what's the strength? Oh yeah, 27.
You still have to move your token there.
I'm gonna, I guess, about that area because I mentioned she's further in. So athletics.
She's like right in the door,
Okay.
Oh,
so you're like right there.
Athletics to make the room bigger.
Yeah, go
Vertically.
for it.
That
I
would
have
probably be
advantage
the way
because
that Lancelot would think of it. I need to make
Yeah.
the room.
The roof of the mausoleum shatters and gets pulled to the side, shattering here. Bits of chunks of gravel strike Clay's ankles without causing him any damage.
Hi.
Jesus! Actually, no, it'd be like, St. Baylor!
The mist of the vampire. Let's see, hold on.
Is
Since
he?
you know where the token is, let's go. Yes, he is on initiative, but I have it hidden.
Guys,
Guy, hello? Oh, Discord
I think
is
Discord
derping.
just shit itself.
What?
Yeah.
Discord just shit itself. What were you saying, Fluffy?
I was just saying, if he's still on the first floor, he's in sunlight at the moment.
Let's see. How far? What's the range of your sunlight?
30 feet, and then another 30 feet dim.
Oh
but I think
God,
it's only
yeah.
the main 30.
Ooh, you're right.
So that's vaporize, right?
Yeah, I think that would be. Hold on.
If he just accidentally does it, I'm gonna laugh.
He just accidentally kills you.
What? You raise the roof and you let in the sun.
With your sunblade. Oh, wait 1 second. You didn't say that you relit your blade because your blade got stolen from you, and then you were running along.
I did say it on the run, he would have lit it.
Okay, good point. There you go. No. I was just trying to remember. It's like if you'd use that's right. It was still on the run, so you'd have been out of initiative when you read it. Just making sure.
Yeah, it's only a bonus action and light up and
Yeah.
increase its range.
All right. Cool. I was just checking that. So yeah, that would actually cause a full burst of energy in that space because I keep forgetting about the stupid sunlight blade of Sir Lancelot.
Wishes.
You're
Yeah.
the one that gave him a ring of wish.
Well, yeah, that's what wishes do. That's why I also didn't think the initiative was going to be necessary. There is a huge burst of energy as that sunlight. Sir Lancelot just kind of rips the roof off, and there's a huge burst of energy. The two remaining skeletons just shatter into bones, and And Amunet can no longer sense the presence of a vampire.
Aminette's eyes go wide and turn and look up at Lancelot and
With the
just,
shining sunblade.
yeah, I'm like,
Clay, you're no longer charmed, by the way.
yeah, she just like goes up to him and I guess like hugs his leg because he's 18 feet tall.
What does the dragon do?
Yeah, what's with the
The
dragon?
dragon is flying north, and it's leaving outside the city at this point, along with the undead.
Did I do something?
You you killed it. Like you destroyed it. Your
I
blade.
did kill the mausoleum.
Well, kind of like nods her head. Yes, that too. But yeah, sunlight dispersed it. I was trying to get it with holy water. I had a flask of it, but that you did it, Lancelot. You killed him.
He looks at you confused.
Is he dead? Dead?
So
Are you saying that in or out of character?
Out of character, because
Out of character. That's why I said you're no longer charmed. I already said that. Your
Yeah.
your
Oh
charm
yeah.
is gone.
Okay, great.
So you're
Good.
telling
Oh, yeah.
me because Lancelot found the sun, this thing is dead.
I think so.
Hey, Cal.
I think Sir Lancelot's crest is going to be a bright sun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Caladro will snap his fingers and have the sound of resounding applause all around Lancelot. Not even trying to hide.
Caladro!
Yes.
I know it's you.
Yeah, it is me. You killed a vampire. Congratulations.
Kurt.
Go.
Do we hear him shout this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. He's large and booming.
Oh God. I guess the dragon's going away. We should probably.
We should check on that church, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay. We need to gather the group, but I want to check the temple real quick.
And if you're all right,
Oh right, I forgot about that.
if we can afford it, once we get to the church, I need to take a quick breather. Some of us are really hurt, and I want to get him back to fighting strength. If we do.
That would be much appreciated, Caladriel. Yeah, let's get Kurt and Holly in, and we could go into the temple. I wanted to turn you to pie. Cooking opportunities lost. Or not lost, put on pause.
I think the adrenaline's finally wearing off Sir Lance, and he's finally feeling his wounds.
Oh, yeah.
This was like a temple of Palor up here, right? Wasn't it?
No, it was Quare.
Queer. Sorry. Brain. Why is my brain not doing this to me? Of course it would be a temple of Queer. It's adjacent to a friggin' cemetery. Of course it's gonna be a temple to Queer. God, no wonder I didn't
Dude,
write it
it's
down.
been a month, man.
It's been almost 2 months since I
Actually-
introduced that.
Oh, shit. No.
Caladro
No.
is going to hop down and call out to Aminet to stop real quick. Where's that sword?
Hmm?
His sword.
The sword of Quinn, or whatever it was.
When you saw that man's sword,
Sorry, I took a bite of my sandwich right when you prompted my character. Apologies.
you're fine. I just want to.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
so...
think it's your character being dumbfounded. Like, how the fuck did I forget about that?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, and I guess she turns to look and see if it's anywhere in the mausoleum.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
May I
will.
assist?
You know?
Sure.
All right, I will assist.
So,
So-
advantage?
Cat.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you.
Hey, kitty. Oh, so good kitty. I just got attacked by a cat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't share my latest cat picture onto the pet picture thingy. I was looking for the one cat and finally found him curled up next to the other cat.
Also, I really was sorry for interrupting you guys earlier. I just, in character, I thought that that was a really urgent thing Calador
No,
would like
that's
to bring
important.
up.
No, yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a month. I completely forgot about the
I,
sword.
I figured that's the first thing you were gonna ask about, so I was
Nope.
like,
Nope. It's I forgot about that. So thank you.
Calador was
hello,
thinking,
Lyra.
well, as soon as I rest, I'm gonna thank my patron for giving me the power to help my friends. Wait, patron, power, the sword!
I forgot
Yeah.
about it as well.
Yeah. So
Sir Lancelot.
she rolled an 18.
You take a little time as your friends and allies are gathering towards the temple, and cannot locate anything out of like you can't see that stored anywhere in the rubble. Of course, he hadn't retaken a body yet, so it's unclear what might have happened to it after that.
How strange. It's nowhere here.
There's
I
no
mean-
extra shiny dust on the ground that would signify like a disintegrated magic weapon.
No. I don't. No. There's nothing.
Concerning.
Yeah, maybe when we get to the temple, I can commune with Quer and see if she's connected to it. Like she is, she might sense or I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
let's get to the temple. Let's figure out what's going on, and I'll get who I can back.
Yeah, and Amanette, as they're walking, like she'll yell out for Kurt and Holly.
Kurt, how long does your size? Oh, that's right. Your size is permanent until you take another mushroom, isn't it? Thankfully, the doors to the Temple of Quer, while they're not exactly designed for giants, are big enough to accommodate the group of you. Both Kurt and Sir Lancelot need to duck down and squeeze their bodies a bit. Rhinestone is the only one that's having an issue
Just sit there.
being wide. Rhinestone butts your knee as you head in without it.
He's not leaving eyesight of it currently. He's basically just going in and sitting, thinking about sitting on a kind of bench, and then crushes the bench. Because I imagine it's not designed for his size,
No, it's not.
but he wants to take a short rest.
Yeah, you see that parts of of this particular temple have been ransacked, probably by undead coming through. But the main statue, which to those who would be well, all of you would probably have some knowledge of Quer being from Alaris to begin with, and it's like even if you don't belong to any particular religion, like you're typically recognize at least the holy images of various of the key religions in the world. Like even if you don't belong to the particular religion, you tend to recognize at least one or two of their symbols. Yeah. So in this case, like you would recognize immediately the bony figure of Quer at the front of the thing. There's a statue of her with the forearms, each holding each with a different symbol representing a different plane of existence.
Amanette's gonna walk. She's gonna put her crossbows up when entering, and she's going to approach the statue.
Statue is moving as always, but you can feel just the the welcome from it to you.
Mm-hmm. And she will, while we're taking a short rest, she will kneel down with her the onyx crossbows, and just she'll take her short rest and try to commune with Quer.
All right. Is there anything particular you wish to do in order to help with this commune?
Yes, let me think about it real quick.
Lancelot, sit with me a moment. Once my power is somewhat restored, I'll patch your wounds up as best as I can.
slightly rolls over.
I think it was from a potion, wasn't it?
It was a potion of growth that lasts 3 hours, and
Yeah.
a potion of giant strength,
'Cause-
which lasts an hour.
Because I was thinking it was enlarge at first, which I thought was only going to last a minute, and then you reminded me it's something that lasts X amount of hours, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Oh, that's right, it was a potion.
So technically, after an hour, which is a short rest, he's going to lose that giant strength.
Question to the DM.
Okay.
Would she be able to, not activating her necrotic shroud, but would she be able to just unleash her skeletal wings?
Sure.
She will do that to aid with the commune.
All right. All right, and with that, the world around you fades into the welcoming darkness that you've encountered before with your patron.
My lady?
Something troubles you, child.
The vampire is dead, but the blade that was stolen from you is gone. The blade that was bestowed to one originally who was so loyal to you.
Not bestowed, created by.
Oh.
He forged the blade himself, and when it came time, he sacrificed himself to it. The first sacrifice of that blade. But unlike the rest of the sacrifices made on that blade, his soul did not go to me, and instead it remained in order to protect the world from a catastrophe at the time.
Whenever I searched the area, the sword that he had with him is gone. Can you sense it?
Yes,
Where is it?
it is currently in the possession of another. Another who the sword had felt close to. The vampire he had issues with. But he had already bonded to him before he became such a fiend. And so it was not easy for him to change. But the other soul, the one that he attached to, that one seems to have, shall we say, tuned to him better.
That's not good. So what will this other individual entity, is it in the area or
Heading
is it?
heading away from you.
The dragon?
Yes, the one called Septimus.
Alright. He was heading to the north, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Well, I know you might find this strange, but it was an odd time back then. And of all my order, he is one who actually enjoyed the company of necromancers. The champion who sacrificed himself to my blade. You could say he has a weakness for them, or had.
I mean, that type of power is very seductive. Being able.
It's more of the person involved.
Oh.
But that was then, and it was a time when the world was threatened. Much worse, about as badly as the world is threatened now.
Hmm. All right. Well, looks like we have a dragon to kill then.
Do be careful. He isn't a simple warrior like the last one, like the vampire. He has a lot of magic behind him.
Okay. If there's any guidance you could, or insight to, I mean, other than the allure of necromancy, I would be open to it.
He's heading for a temple of the Divine Light. The one to the north. The Air Temple in the Silverwing Mountains.
All right. I will regain my strength, and then we will be on our way. And she'll just sit and she'll just rest the crossbows like over her knees, and then just like let the wings just kind of curl around her while she like takes a short rest.
Alright.
Person.
Oh, that back.
Alright. So you got the rest of you saw after the wings popped out that Amunet seemed to go very quiet and just be in a meditative stance for a while.
Neat. And I thought I was the weird one.
Yeah, they're skeletal looking, and they kind of they're no feathers, but they looked covered in fungus and mushrooms and decay.
Flinch just kind of looks and pays it really not much mind.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Stranger.
What I've seen is probably about equal on the strange meter.
You saw the sun vanish, so there's that.
I've lived in the Underdark for a long time.
But by this point, into the doors come two figures, Kage and Gridstrap, and they come running in to see how Holly is. When we
Long
saw the
time no
dragon from a distance, we feared the worst. Kage says, as
I
Gridstrap kind
felt
of
the dragon.
pulls her arms around Holly's waist and just hugs into her.
Jolly brief acid.
Yeah, black dragons. Kage nods.
Yeah, that hurt.
Well, you're looking big and better.
Luckily, the dragon hit Char and short stuff over here. Pointing to a Lancelot.
The empty window.
It's more than just a dragon. You hear Amunet
Oh.
say. And she'll let the wings go back in and stand up and walk towards the group. It has the sword as well.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Sword? Kage just kind of looks around.
Yes, that vampire had stolen a sword that was an artifact of my patron. And whenever Lancelot took him out, I'd expected the blade to remain. It did not. It had attached itself to another. Something stronger,
Mhm.
and also a stronger bond as well between the soul that lives in that sword and its wielder.
Concerning.
How can a dragon hold a sword?
It's I think this is not an ordinary dragon, Lancelot, like what you've read about. From my understanding, it is a necromancer.
Also concerning.
Yes,
Very.
Hopefully, you and I have a particularly easy time dispatching them.
correct. And she smiles and nods her head.
And I do apologize, Lancelot, but you were saying something?
Hmm?
I thought I heard you speak up. My apologies.
I speak a lot.
Khrushchev kind of looks at Lancelot. Where did you get that sword? I thought you had a halberd or something.
I did a prayer.
Oh?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out after I catch a few Z's. And Caldridge kind of nods off on Lancelot's leg.
My guess, Lancelot. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, I'm just gonna say, since we're all puckered out, I might as well start dinner.
Mm.
What are we eating?
Carrie perks up.
Pink's
Well,
Pink's
the
just
dragon
outside
got away.
with the mounts. You know, the transportation we were supposed to have to get to.
Oh no, my chickens!
Yes, and your chickens. He's got them outside.
God damn it!
What?
Where are they?
Outside.
Heck, I rush off. Yes, I'm gonna be slaughtering some chickens.
Wake me up
Good
in an
shot.
hour.
Khrushchev kind of looks back at Holly. And Holly just pats her on the head and says, "It'll be okay."
But to your question, Lancelot, I think he may be able to transform into a dragon.
That would be neat. But
It
I
also
like being
means-
a bugbear.
She kind of chuckles. All right. But it also means that he is quite powerful. So, I expect this time to be a lot more difficult than the vampire.
I think I'm stronger.
You are very strong. But he is also headed to the temple, where we were on our way. But
Holly swallows. I thought as much. We should probably get on the road as soon as possible. Maybe take shifts sleeping in the cart. Have record for us.
that would
I
be
mean,
wise.
I know the dragon needs to sleep eventually, and maybe he's moving at the pace of his army, but sooner we get to the temple, the better.
It'll be fine, Holly.
And Kagi kind of looks around and kind of nods and says, "Yeah, especially given how dangerous the roads are supposed to be between here and the road north to the Silverwing Mountains."
Like dangerous, as in like hazardous. Like,
Legions of
run away.
hobgoblins that are attacking refugees from the Scarlet Imperium. There's a civil war going on up there. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Well, there's
I would
refugees
hope
coming
not.
south, and these hobgoblins that are apparently taking advantage of all that. That's why they've been all up in arms about the goblinoids here in Glamourpool.
Then I will have to tell them to stop.
With your fist.
If need be.
They might not listen to diplomacy. Looks at sword, but then is confused and can't remember what is diplomacy, which weapon.
He looks at the sword. This was diplomacy.
Diplomacy is now a sunblade.
Mhm.
It's still diplomacy.
in the sun.
Yeah.
Diplomacy, guiding light of politics.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Nice.
Thank you. But
As a player, I want to rename this the Sunny D so you can feel the power of the sun.
Oh God.
how soon do we need to head out?
Holly looks at Caladriel. As soon as possible. Um, I know that that Megan and Volt are heading even now off to the Earth Temple. We have to get to the Air Temple.
Hmm.
We will heal our wounds and be on the way. And Kurt's slaughtering a chicken.
Yes.
Then we go.
Eat and go.
Hmm?
Eat and go.
Mhm.
Alright.
And if I may ask, just like mechanically, the way we're headed, is there like a cart that we're going in, or are we marching?
We have Holly procured a cart and transported it that way. So you do have transportation. You have got horses and a cart for the entire group, and of course you've also got the anklet Hylosaur there as well.
Okay.
And a Warforged.
Excuse me, Holly.
Holly looks over at you. Yeah?
Holly or Grisdrop, do either of you know which building would be the mayor's office in Glamourpool?
Grishoff kind of looks surprised that you'd ask her. She doesn't know anything. Holly just shakes her head. I'm afraid not.
I just thought I'd ask, as unfortunately we didn't really get to see the town.
I don't know if we have time for that right now, but
Agreed.
maybe if we somehow stop what's going on, we can do that then.
Mhm.
This is my first time ever out here. I've never been to Meeg before, let alone this city. I barely know anything in Eberus even. And Grishop is just shaking her head slowly. So, how do you wish to prepare those chickens, Kurt?
Well, skewered.
I mean, fire? Are you attempting to serve it raw and make everybody sick? What's the game plan here?
I'll probably. I still have a. Well, I have a tinderbox, so I could probably gather up something and make a small fire.
All right.
Use my cooking utensils that I have.
If we have a magnifying glass, my sword can help light a fire.
So,
We don't need to be MacGyver this, I don't think.
so after a few minutes, basically, as the group of you are
Oh.
talking in there, the smell of cooked chicken flesh starts assaulting your nostrils inside.
That's when I add the spices, and then I start adding a little bit of tin mask, a little bit of Trillimax,
So, what did you wish to ask, Cal?
Mealhognosis.
I actually had just a question. Whenever we do, realize that he's cooking, was there an apparent? Does it seem obvious that there was a bit of a struggle to get the fire going, or is it going
You
rather
guys
healthily
were
now?
inside chatting. He did this all outside.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be basically chopped up chicken, fried with mushrooms and spices. Underdark mushrooms, not the magic kind.
So, what did the rest of you guys do?
Food.
Mm-hmm. Aminette will go outside when Kurt's like finishing up and be like, "Mm, smells good, Kurt."
Oh fuck! I have a lot of boring mushrooms as well. I'm gonna use a lot of those. Literally listed as
There is
boring mushrooms.
blood and feathers on the ground out here.
Oh
I
dear.
feel like Sir Lancelot's had to slaughter animals in the past when he was more living in a cave. So I think he's used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt
There's
is
also
stewing on
2
something.
large horses, both with feed bags on, and Pink is just standing between them, watching you all silently,
Kurt is
alongside
stewing.
his Warforged.
I keep doing a double take every time you say Warforged. God damn it.
Aminette will see the mushrooms that Kurt's pulling out. Little taste of
Make
home.
sure, make sure that the mushrooms are normal mushrooms.
Might do a once over just to make sure you don't sit down, maybe. But
Kurt,
Yes.
how big of a flavor do these mushrooms add to a dish?
Which ones?
The ones you put in.
I mean, a lot.
How big?
Oh, not a lot. Those are
Thank
special
you.
ones.
Thank you.
Would you like one?
No.
Aminette chuckles.
I could add this torch stalk,
Hmm?
like a spice.
What's that
It
one
would,
do?
it would literally burn.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe save that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's save the burning for the zombies. And the vampire.
Hey, it goes
Especially-
well with my licensed arson.
Yes, it would. Aminette smiles.
Anyone wants eggs?
I won't say no.
Boiled, fried.
Fry's fine.
He fries some eggs to it as well. So yeah, dinner. Eggs, chicken, and mushrooms.
Sounds yummy.
Kristoff takes some of the mushrooms and starts eating them. Nods her head towards Kurt.
Yeah, don't worry. You've eaten those before. Back down in the underdog.
I'm used to mushrooms. We have them back home too. Well, what used to be home too.
Oh, which ones?
And she just kind of like pulls out some of the ripple bark. Well, actually, do you have ripple bark? What mushrooms did you use again?
I used trill masks.
Trail
Masks.
masks. There you go.
And,
So it kind of points at some of these.
and some tin masks, yeah.
Yeah, they used to grow in the caves that I grew up in.
They're yummy. Good to eat raw as well.
Mm-hmm. She nods and lets out a little smile as you guys are gathered out in front of the temple, just kind of chowing down.
I'm gonna make sure Rhinestone gets his own food and kind of sits next to him.
Keller will wait and then just kind of pick whatever scraps are left.
The sky above you is very clear that night. You can see both of the moons up in the sky, the stars twinkling. Considering the smoke that was in parts of the city at the moment, this is actually shaping up to be a rather nice looking evening.
And completely dragon free.
Mm-hmm. For now.
Cloudy with a chance of dragon.
No clouds.
Clear with no chance of dragon.
Dragon with a chance of clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon with chance of acid rain.
I felt that. 4 HP, by the way, it brought me to.
Jesus.
Yep.
If
Well,
I
it's
had
a-
not saved, I would have been downed.
Yep.
Don't worry, you wouldn't have died.
No, I had 68 health maximum, so.
Yep, both of you guys managed to save, and both of you survived.
Literally, with the health that I had left, even if she rolled max damage, I wouldn't have outright killed me.
It's the beefy bugbear.
Yeah, Lancelot has a ring that's glowing, that sword that's glowing. What else do you have on you that's magic, Lancelot?
I have a rope that's glowing. The rope of climbing.
Oh yeah.
Found in a hole in the wall.
Yep.
I guess I do have a scroll of hold person, which is not unknown. That amulet, the featherfall, we have not used. The one-use thing.
Mhm.
I think that's it. Yeah, because he drank both his potions.
Lancelot, do you have a moment?
Yes. I have a lot of those right now.
I'm trying to figure out how your sword was conjured. I have using some abilities that my professor had taught me. I see that you do have some magic items on your person. Can I see what they are? I can
Let's
possibly
see.
identify them.
I have this rope that I can do things. I have a scroll. This blade now is made of light. That's it.
What about on your hand? Your hand is glowing.
He looks at his hand, expecting to see it glowing. It's not glowing.
What do you have on your hand?
A gauntlet. He takes the gauntlet off and his ring.
Is the ring glowing?
Yes, the ring is glowing.
There are, I guess there were probably 3 gems on it. Now there's only 1 gem.
If I may, could I attempt to identify what magic is on it?
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
Oh, I have identify as a ritual. I'm
Wait.
asking permission from the character.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
No,
Sure.
I straight up have identify. I'm not figuring out what this shit is.
Okay.
So then, while everyone else is discussing, I am figuring out what the hell this ring is.
And you realize it is the Ring of 3 Wishes with 1 charge left.
Lancelot. Lancelot.
He's just looking very confused.
Aminet turns from eating her eggs at
Yeah.
this conversation.
At this point, paying
I-
attention to this conversation now.
Yeah, Kurt is
I'm
watching.
going to guess you didn't know that there was magic within this ring.
It's shiny.
This ring had 3 wishes in it. 2 of the 3 gems are missing.
He looks.
Galadriel
confused.
is going to set the ring on the ground, step 5 feet away, and then ask Lancelot, "Did you or did you not say, I wish my weapon was better at fighting vampires?"
Kage's mouth is just dropped open at this point.
Yeah.
That was a prayer.
Stop looks
That was-
confused.
That was a wish. And apparently you've used 2 of them.
I hear an upset cat.
Yeah, she was just interrupted there.
She heard what I just said and she's pissed too.
Unlimited cat food.
Oh.
My sword vanished and I couldn't find it, so I prayed for it back.
Galadriel will remember that for when the player is back. Lancelot,
Yes.
so this ring has the ability to grant wishes. Be very careful using the word wish. And then
Look how
Galadriel.
tempted I am to just say, I wish I would have known that earlier.
The ring's on the ground.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Go ahead.
That would ruin it.
The
Time
ring,
travel.
yeah, the ring is on the ground.
Kage
Yeah.
is moving slowly over towards it. With a ring like that, th- th- just think of the things we could wish, what we could wish for, even with that last wish. He exclaims.
Munch
Damn it,
will
I fucking care.
pick it back up and
Mm.
put it on. I will be careful.
Sir Lancelot.
Mhm.
And he's just kind of opening those. We could wish for the end of the war. We could wish to stop this thing that's happening.
I don't know much about the capability of that spell, but my teacher told me to be very careful with magic, especially something as open-ended as it can be very difficult to control.
Aminet like nods at Caladriel saying this. I would imagine with playing with fate and one's destiny be quite risky. Don't
At
know
least-
what other actions, what ripples may come from it.
I know not of your war, but I feel that it would be in our best interest to save this for that for any fight that we may experience with this necromancer. Some of their powers, from what I've heard, can only be reversed with a wish. This might be able to return one of us from undeath.
Grishap walks over to it and frowns. at Sir
Lancelot actually already picked the ring.
Yeah,
back
I
up
know.
and
She's
put the helmet on.
she's frowning at Lancelot.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of looking at it now.
That's something quite powerful. Tempting.
And also, everybody should remember, it's Lancelot's. It's not ours.
Grishap nods slowly and starts walking away again. Back to Holly.
He will do with it what he wishes. Quite literally.
Kurt will mutter, I wish I was back in the Underdog.
Strap his gauntlet back on. I will not use his power lightly.
Though I will say, as unfortunate it is you did use wishes without realizing it. At least our first quarry is dead.
Wah. Suddenly I'm off screen.
He escaped. That was a wish.
No.
I wish to be off of this board. Whee!
You fall through space forever because you have nowhere to land.
Where did Aminek go?
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, underneath Lancelot.
No, the bird was over top of her, and I was trying to check out some of her stats, so I moved the
Oh.
bird.
Sorry.
At Caladriel's comment, Aminet will be like, yeah, and look at Lancelot. If you hadn't have wished for the blade that you did, I don't think any of us could have created sunlight.
I can only cast light.
Yeah, and there's a difference.
Agreed.
So, it was a very good wish. Even though you did not know. But a good one.
He nods.
Oh, Lancelot, Knight of the Sun.
Technically.
Yeah.
And the flashlight.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you. One of my brighter ideas.
Fucking hell. It's like fun layers, man. Jeez.
Oh god, you're awful.
Well,
What can I
I'm
say?
eliminated
Flash of
now.
genius.
Oh my god.
Is Elf sitting behind you, pelting you with anything for these puns?
No, she's upstairs.
Aw. It's too bad. She's missing the fun.
She'd be delighted.
We're gonna have to save
Yeah,
this for
she-
tomorrow night, guys.
Yeah, she'd have a strobe. I'm done for now.
For
For
now.
now.
Also, are we long resting at this
I
point?
believe you're just short resting.
Short.
Uh,
Okay, that's what I
Holly's
thought.
anxious to get back on the road.
Um.
And now that the fighting has gone, people are starting to emerge from their houses and are spying the odd group of people camping out in front of the Church of Quare.
It's fine.
Eating chicken.
Yes.
Don't question our rituals.
One of which
to
is
the
being a giant
Hey.
bugbear, which is really
Winner, winner,
off-putting for
chicken
them.
dinner.
Hey,
Alright.
hey, shuttle.
Okay.
Or, sorry, Amunet.
Hmm. Yes.
Where's the grounds?
Where's
or
the what?
the groundskeeper, or
For the
whoever would be
cemetery?
in charge of this temple?
I don't know. I've never been to this city before.
Kurt
And to
makes
be-
some rubble. Looks under it.
Roll investigation check, Kurt.
Just find him.
Here I
Hello! And the fuck would ever find me? No.
Oh. I.
You,
I
you
have
find
a
you find the body of a pigeon. That's about it.
I
Looks like
take
it died in it's crushed by falling debris.
Dead pigeon, you say?
Yes.
God, no.
I
Why,
tried to put it into my bag without anyone noticing.
Sleight of hand. Everybody sees.
Still very slowly, just puts it in the bag.
This is fine.
You know, I mean, I am actually not certain of the answer to that question,
Yeah, I don't know either.
but probably
Um.
somewhere in the southwest of Everest, north of the north of the Kolar Mountains.
Cause yeah. So at Caladrill, saying that Aminet's gonna look at him and her eyes just kind of get not wide, but just because you can't make out her facial expression, but they get a little softer. And she's going to say to him, and to be honest with you, this is probably only the second time I've ever stepped foot in the temple. And the last time was not on the best terms to begin with.
I can understand that.
So I'm not familiar. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I don't know.
I'm simply concerned for the state of your patron's following.
I don't know, looks pretty dead to me.
All right. I'm a smartass, but that was unnecessary.
You're welcome.
You are rotten to the core, good sir.
Yes. I'm proud.
Bad to the bone.
I guess while everybody's getting ready to leave,
The
um,
Overhead skies just start darkening a bit as clouds start, some clouds just start forming, and drops of rain just seem to start, falling down.
this would be gone on her actually. There we go. Yeah, they've got to go. She doesn't have time to worry about the temple right now.
There's a few hissing noises as water hits the small fire that Kurt made to roast the chicken.
All right.
There's a lot of typing noises, guys, in the background.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had my mic muted. My bad.
Cool, cool. Uh, yeah, Pink is being his normal quiet self, alongside thing. And it looks like Caladriel wandered off back into the temple as it begins
just a
to
quick jog.
begins to slightly rain outside. Just a few drops here and there. It's like a very tiny drizzle.
As like Caladriel comes out, like I imagine like Aminet's like overseeing like.
Caladriel, also roll me a investigation check.
Not a problem.
You do look around carefully, and you don't actually find the type of incense you're looking for, sadly. It doesn't seem like they use particularly incense in here. It's mainly
Okay.
things
So
that,
like,
at least not
go ahead.
fine familiar type of incense. It's mainly for anything there is for preparations and funeral rites and everything, which kind of has a opposite effect from fine familiar. If you think
it's a
about it.
dispelling, not a conjuring.
Yeah.
And did I get any kind of response earlier when I did speak with my patron? Like, even just like an emotion or some kind of like
Things
These
seem to
little
be
flash.
pretty quiet with your patron at the moment.
Okay. I'm ready to go. Does anyone need help packing?
No, I think we've got it all. There's like Aminet's like pushing like I don't know the bag of something in the back of the cart.
Grisdrop climbs into the cart and kind of pulls her arms around herself.
I'll dispel the rest of the fire with prestidigitation.
Holly and Kagi, Holly and Kagi are busy helping load the cart.
I
Unless
imagine. Yeah, I imagine Starline's helping being a bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys begin to set off towards the town gate, the rain finally clears up, and the night sky once again becomes peaceful and still, devoid of clouds.
Has everyone rested enough? Sorry, go ahead,
I
Kurt.
don't remember how far this journey was. Sorry to interrupt.
I was simply ensuring that everyone rested properly. Are you ready for a fight?
Lancelot seems ready.
Aminet still has her crossbows activated. I'm ready.
I'm fit.
Ready as I'm as ready as I'll be without a long rest.
But like, no one is on death's door.
No one's on death row.
Cool. That was my only concern.
I do like the idea of taking some shifts and letting people rest and keep moving. That way we don't we're not too far behind. We need to get moving. I'd be happy to take the first shift. That way, Char, you can regain your energy and get some rest. You can sleep in the cart.
Alright. Cool.
I
I
can
can
also
take
watch as
second.
well. I can't fit in the cart.
Everyone can go ahead and rest. I actually don't require sleep.
What?
I
What?
don't require sleep.
Alright. He's fall asleep. it's kind of like, if I'm in the cart, I kind of just fall over forward, you just fall on the floor and sleep.
Is this one of those things, huh?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, Grisdrop lays down at your side and falls asleep too. I think your head's using your beard as a bit of a pillow.
careful, it might eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beard's actually a mimic.
That is
On
a
the
scary
bright side,
monster.
I
On the
tamed
bright
it.
side, it would be a hairy situation, that's for sure.
Terrible.
That's a harebrained scheme.
Caladrill,
Yes.
uh, if it's all right with you, I'm gonna stay up with you. Not the entire time, but just for a little bit, since I can sense a little bit of this being, just to make sure we're on track.
You're perfectly fine.
She nods.
Caladrill, as we're going, is actually going to. Wait, how is the carriage being pulled? Is it rhinestone or horses?
It's the two horses.
Yeah,
Um,
and imagine Rhinestone
Pink
Yeah.
is keeping
sort
track of
close
them.
left.
Clay is fast asleep in the cart.
Carrie? I'm gonna have Carrie fly in between the two horses and land on the rigging, and I will cast light through it, so we have a little bit of light just ahead of the cart.
All right.
Familiar flashlight.
And then Carrie will fly back onto Amanette's shoulder.
We have headlights.
Seems like a very nice accessory on Aminette's shoulder.
Goes with her armor quite nice. All
Yes,
black
it
leather.
does.
Carrie has been quite useful, but I do think she would be better suited as an owl.
Owls are beautiful. Nominate will say.
I'm not sure of how she'll appear, though, given my patron's influence.
Oh, you said your patron was a unicorn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Be fascinating to find out.
I do like her as a raven though. And she'll give like Carrie like little scritches under the beak.
She has been good to me.
She's been quite helpful to a lot of us as well.
I just feel that maybe as an owl should be able to stay out of harm's way a little more. I'd hate for her to get hurt.
They're good hunters, owls.
Agreed. How bumpy is this ride? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
It's a little bumpy. I mean, if you've ever been on a carriage outside of the city, the road is paved, but it is lightly bumpy.
Yeah. I was asking, like, is it like cobblestone bumpy, worn down dirt road bumpy, or pothole dirt road bumpy?
Probably somewhere between cobblestone and worn down.
Okay.
Not too
So
bad.
it's definitely a carriage, but it's not like off-roading crazy, anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I was asking because Caldro was going to attempt to do something with that Bodak fluid, but if it is bumpy, then he's not
Yeah,
even
it's gonna
try
be-
it to risk wasting.
Yeah, it's gonna be too difficult to try to do that on a ride like this. By the way, Clay, you're currently asleep in the back of the carriage
Oh, that's fine.
or wagon. Sorry, I think it's a wagon.
Did we get any cool loot from the vampire?
It
No.
We ate a
disintegrated.
Oh, come on.
We ate a chicken,
Where's
We had chicken and mushrooms and eggs.
and we now know that Lancelot has a spell of has a one more use of wish,
You just the whole party was enlightened to the fact that Lancelot has the Ring of Three Wishes and has used two wishes.
One of which was your fault, which was not your fault.
Hey, at least now we know, right?
Yes.
Yep. And he still has it.
Oh,
Underneath-
wait,
underneath the
Clay
top.
knows about.
Yes.
Clean-
Clay now knows
clean-
that there's a Ring of Three Wishes on
Oh,
the
no.
bugbear.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I mean,
Underneath a gauntlet metaled hand.
Mm-hmm.
well, I will while I won't be like, actively staring at Clay, I will be keeping an eye on him occasionally, just like as a role playing aspect.
You guys are okay. You got lucky.
Nice.
They don't know that in character.
Mm-mm.
They do.
And just for your knowledge, Quentin, Amanet communed with Quer and found that the reason why they didn't find the sword on the mist is because it attached itself to another entity, that entity being a powerful necromancer and the dragon.
I wouldn't it attach itself to me though. I'll say much better. I look so much more fly than they do.
You were not a desirable vessel.
It values utility.
I don't know. But yeah, apparently the bond between the soul that's in the sword had a bond with the vampire, but it's now much stronger now that it's with the dragon. So just
So we did an oopsie.
basically dealing with a lot of
Basically.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, can I finally get a long rest now?
Yeah, you're sleeping.
You're sleeping in the back of the
I-
carriage in the middle of the night.
Time.
I need my powers back.
Your one power.
My one power of having a shadowy dagger. My only offensive capability.
Well, it proved pretty useful.
Mm-hmm.
For the very short time I had it.
And I just told everybody that I don't sleep. So there's that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And all of you are going to get the benefits of a long rest during this carriage ride, and we are going to take a quick break.
Okie dokie.
As a part of that, going to remove the
Well,
I
tumor
get
growth.
I get my healing back. Also, was Lancelot just walking alongside until he shrunk?
Yeah, for 2 hours, and then he just started riding
Yeah.
on Rhinestone.
We're all still level 7, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Si, senor.
Oh.
63.
Shuttle, are you staying in chat for the break?
I'm gonna pop out, but I'll pop back in like 5 minutes.
I was wondering because Caldro probably would have been picking your brain about undead and whatnot,
She'd
and probably would
happily.
have learned about your own experience with alchemy, because I believe you said Omina has a little bit of experience with that.
Oh, she has a lot of experience with that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's wise to use her potions, though.
Yeah, you should just stick
Well,
to eating mushrooms.
I'm going to be seeing about getting Ominet's help to figure out what the hell kind of fluid was coming out of that Bodak, and if there's a way to weaponize it.
So she would totally be down for that because she's been harboring and making poison and trying to figure out if she can in blood to make her weapons poison dealing as well. So she would totally help with that.
I am going to be right back.
Okay. Yeah, she'd help. I don't know, just for your knowledge, she might reveal that there's a oof, yeah. I need to think about what she'll reveal actually, because there's some things I need to figure out.
My
I'll be-
item list is so long.
Jesus. I'll be back in 5.
Yeah.
I actually have to use the restroom as well, so I'll be back.
Till later. Why do I have a club and a sling? Oh yeah, I stole them. I remember now. How do I have so many items and yet no weapons? Because a bunch of them are equipment for clues, I guess. Yes. Is there still someone in here? Yes, I guess that's a no. Read as a manga. What's going on with the internet?
And I'm back. Anyone back? I'm not hearing anything.
I'm back.
Okay, cool.
I'm back. I was just muted.
Cause I'm hearing muted back from people. So I don't really have the best accounting of how many are back yet. So I guess I'm just gonna wait.
A lot of people are muted, but back.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's hard to tell. That's what makes it really hard to tell. Especially with all the thunder outside my window and the occasional bouts of hail. Okay, so that's Caladrill. Caladrill's not here yet.
Welcome back.
Okay, just waiting on Caladrill. It looks like.
Caladril might get a little piece about Amunet. I thought about it.
I
Yes.
think I'm gonna finally start on your outfits. Like,
Ooh.
start throwing it out, because I've been like putting it off for a while, but now Corona is knocking me out with boredom.
So you're gonna start fashion designing?
Yes.
I love it.
I should start for everyone though. But let's
Mm-hmm.
start with Emunet. I guess if I want to make it like actual magical armor, like I guess I'm gonna have to start looking in how to make magical armor, and that's gonna take a while.
Because right
but,
now
like,
it's all fashion.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna go dip into Artificer when I finally level,
Oh, nice.
but that only gets me so far.
I technically have a total artificer, but I still haven't figured out how to use the imbuements properly. So he's kind of useless at the moment. He's on a
Uh-huh.
play-by-post game, so it really doesn't matter at the moment.
Uh,
They haven't gotten into
My-
combat.
My character's
Oh, there you are.
also a failed wizard apprentice. Sorry, my character's
Oh.
also a failed wizard apprentice. So while he's not exactly proficient in it, he could provide little bits of knowledge, roles permitting.
Did you?
So-
By the way, a question: did you just use the background on Failed Wizard Apprentice, or did you use one of the feats that goes along with that?
I created the background, then it just provided the tool proficiencies.
Okay, cool. I was just curious.
Yep.
What's up, Quentin?
do you have a full body reference of Amunet that I can use as like to copy of?
Oh, he actually
The
wants to do this
frames,
out of
meta
character. Ooh, this is even better.
Yeah, I kind of base her off of the Diablo 3 Demon Hunter like look.
Yeah.
I'll send you some pictures in
Yeah.
Discord.
I mean,
after.
Clay has been working on this look like ever since that. I just out of character haven't started yet.
Yeah,
You
I'll
can
send
always
you
look-
some pictures.
I need to look at my super long list of items as well.
I'd say use the Heroes of the Storm model just because it has so many side-on, like, nice detailed looks or nice detailed views of her
I
model.
mean, it's
I'll check her out.
main frames I need to get like a basic body reference to
Mhm.
start off with. So that, I mean, I don't know how, exactly the full, and then I gotta go like way higher with what the hell I'm gonna do with it because I have so many materials. I have like talents of a rock. I have candle holders. I have a bad carpet. No, those aren't for that. I have scorpion fabric, purple fabric, uh, black and red fabric. I don't know what that is. Uh, yeah, I got a lot of. I got sea
Right.
serpent green, sea serpent green, purple, 10 yards, and giant spider silk 10 yards, and red wyvern 7 yards. I got so much fabric. I just haven't started yet. I have
Good.
golden
When you wake
bracelet.
up, you can fix my clothing.
Yeah, I mean, fixing clothing is easy. I'll just. Oh, I don't have mending. Okay, I'll
Well, you
guess I'll
should be
start.
able to stitch it up.
I mean, yeah, I can stitch it up.
Here's one full body of a demon hunter. Put it in the.
Sure. Uh, good. You're wearing leather armor right now, right?
I'm wearing a chainmail shirt,
Okay.
but it's like underneath her, like her leather. Like
She's wearing
she's
like a
got
leather
like
jerkin, but her armor is chainmail.
yeah.
Thank you, school, for giving me Photoshop.
Yeah, the Microsoft stuff gets expensive. I can't even afford Excel anymore.
Yeah, it's why is it so expensive?
Yeah, especially the price that it's at. It's not even. It's like occasionally I'll pick it up when it's $10 in a year, not when it's 100.
That's something that I've never understood.
Why isn't
Like it's
Photoshop picking up?
like it's the same goddamn app every year,
Yep.
just new bells and whistles.
I don't even notice the new bells and whistles. I just use it for the one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Y-
Excel's been almost completely the same for decades.
Yeah,
Or
you guys ready to continue, or are we still missing someone?
I think
I
we're all
think
here.
we're already.
Kurt is still muted. Are we good?
I'm just muted. I was just muted.
Yep. Yeah, and Caladril is actually just gonna pick a little bit of Aminet's brain over the Bodak fluid and her knowledge of the undead.
All right, if you can do so in character, that would be great.
Yep. So yeah, as we're writing, there'll just be a bit of silence, and then randomly, Caladril will pull that vial out of the bag he has on his hip. Aminet, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Do you recall the creatures we fought before that literally hurt you to look at them?
The Bodex, yes.
Those, thank you. I did take a sample off of them, and I don't really have the knowledge to do it myself, but you did seem to take some interest earlier when I was working on a few herbs myself. Do you have any background in this?
A little. I
Go ahead.
she kind of is trying to she pauses for a moment. How do I put this? I got curious whenever I was able to, well, whenever I was granted the ability to harness this blood magic. I got curious to see if what other things have inside of them that could be useful. So I guess I just have an innate ability to tell. Or that I'm kind of drawn to it. Some sort of evil that lies within, I guess.
Good to know. When we have a little more time, I may see if you can assist me to possibly weaponize this for the future.
She gives a little nod. I'd be happy to. I've been able to distill a few poisons myself. Curious on how I might be able to, air quotes, weaponize them as well.
Yeah, I've never been one to make potions. teacher would he would teach me to make components for his spells and make a few potions for when they went wrong, but never anything to do harm.
I The only things that I have found of use are those that do harm, not so much aid or cure, but I'd be willing to give it a try.
I would appreciate.
There's a lot of interesting things you can discover about things when you look inside what makes them tick. Use them to your advantage.
Agreed. But you should rest. Sounds like we have a long road ahead.
And she'll hop up in the cart. She'll go sleep.
Yeah. Once Lancelot shrinks down, he'll just rest on Rhinestone.
Alright. Alright, Rhinestone is keeping pace with the cart. Or wagon, rather. Are the rest of you having a conversation, or just those two? Quentin, a lot of background noise over there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go back to
Lancelot's
push.
doing nothing.
Alright, so you guys are displaying a lot of light at the moment.
Lancelot's just gonna sleep once he's shrunk, and that's really all he's doing.
Alright.
A cart.
Alright. Kurt. I don't know why it's lagging like this. Oh, good. All of you actually fit in there.
Hooray!
Nice.
And horse. Ah! All of you appear to be very quiet. Oh, that's a skeleton. I don't want a skeleton.
Calendar will be towards the front, preferably out of any rain if rain is still falling. Though I think you said it cleared.
Rain isn't falling anymore.
Calendar will probably just make idle small talk with Pink if he gets bored, but nothing important.
Okay. So that would be where you're at. Let's see. Holly. No longer have that there. There we go. Ah. That vanished. There we go. And Sir Lancelot is just on his mount, which is a good thing, because all of you wouldn't have fit there. Yeah, the Warforged is silent. Pink is silent. Pink appears to be listening to you, but she doesn't seem to be saying anything. So, Caladriel, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Where's my perception? There's my perception.
Alright. As evening becomes more, the first of dawn, you start to hear the uptick of songbirds in the trees as you continue along down the road. One patrol comes passing you, and they pause for a moment, noticing the bugbear on the Ankylosaurus back. But since you appear to be heading away from Pool and finally leaving Exeter by morning, Uh, they don't hassle you at all.
If it's alright, I would actually like to ask Pink to stop for a moment and I'll hail them. And just give them a brief rundown that Glamourpool was attacked. We're
All right.
chasing after
So
the.
you're getting ahead of yourself.
But
Fair pulls on the reins, and you shout to the guards patrolling. The the one man stops, furrows his brow, and kind of looks over towards you. Yes, can I help you?
I apologize to bother you. Just informing you as you are headed that way, Glamourpool was attacked.
What? What? And he looks over at the sleeping form of Sir Lancelot. Was it the goblinoids?
I assure you, they did absolutely nothing. They sought shelter. There was actually a vampire and his ilk. We cleared them out.
Vampire?
Yes.
What? What? We being attacked by the south now? I'm learning they're supposed to have vampires over there.
I apologize, but I know not. I am a foreigner.
Uh,
However,
Question: where exactly are you from? Out of character. You consider you're on that boat. You
My-
would have been in You probably would have been somewhere near Lauren at one point, and therefore you would know that Lauren is ruled by vampires.
I'm-
The country.
if you want to have me know that, then by all means. But
Yeah. You would-
Caladril, as a character, grew up almost in complete isolation.
Yeah.
He's been traveling for about 10 years, but he
Yeah.
doesn't stick anywhere long enough to
Well,
really learn the world.
especially if he's been traveling, he would at least know that sort of information. Because that's one of
Alright.
those things everybody would know that.
Mhm.
If you've ever been to anywhere on the continent down south, then you would know that.
Yeah. Okay. I know not of their allegiance, but I can assure you the vampire is dead. We're chasing after his ilk now. I would recommend you retreat back to Glamourpool so you can help them rebuild. The Temple of Quare was
There's
nearly
other-
destroyed.
That's not good, but they've got a lot of people down in the big city. There's other communities out here. We gotta worry about them. All the
You're fine.
surrounding towns and villages.
You're fine.
You
I just want to make sure you're informed.
yeah. I don't even know if we'll get back to the city. Because you've been traveling for hours at this point.
Oh, we have? My
yeah,
mistake.
you're close to the border.
Okay, I did not know that.
It said, he responds with, past the border, there are apparently legions of hobgoblins. They appear to be fairly well organized. So if you're gonna go past the border of Exodor, yeah, you want to be careful.
We will. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah, especially with the civil war going on in the Scarlet Imperium. They're not going to lend you any aid. Something happens.
Either way, just take care. Make sure to stay connected.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. And they continue on following the road south.
Thank you, Pink.
Pink grunts and continues on.
He doesn't talk much.
So eventually, dawn breaks. You guys pass the border of Exodor. You pass like various refugees that seem to be, trying to avoid whatever's going on to the north, and pass by other guards that appear to be stationed here, like keeping an eye on the road, keeping an eye for trouble. Once again, these folks eye up the fact that you have a very obvious bugbear with you.
What gave it away?
So is the wagon not covered?
He's on the wagon's not covered, but he's on the back of his dinosaur.
Oh, okay. So he's dozing on the back of Rhinestone.
Yep.
It's very noticeable in his plate.
Did he put the sunblade away?
Oh yeah, it would be basically hilt sheathed and the blade's just gone.
Okay.
Because that's the way the sunblade works. It's basically a lightsaber.
Yep. Yep. Basically, yeah.
No, it's a slashlight.
Fair enough.
But yes, sunblade.
Whatever you want to call it, it's a blade made only of photons,
Yeah.
and as such, can kill vampires.
Is everybody awake like whenever we're seeing like the people passing? Or is this before we wake up? Like
Well,
giving
the first patrol, that was, everybody definitely asleep, except
Yeah.
for, now Pink is going into his trance and letting his robot friend take the reins. At least I think he's a full elf. Hold on, he might be a half elf.
I know half elf has the immunity to magic sleep, but I don't know if they get the trance.
Yeah, no, sorry, he's only a half elf, so yeah, he goes into the back and goes to sleep and lets Caladriel sit up there with the Warforged.
What does the Warforged look like? I can't remember how you described it before.
It looks like a Warforged. I don't know.
I mean, is it
It's
look like any
humanoid.
definite purpose, or is it literally just a humanoid robotic construct?
Vaguely humanoid. It definitely looks like a robotic construct. Basically, it's humanoid in the sense that it's got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
Okay. But it doesn't have any obvious features like it's not like it has an exposed integrated tool or anything like that.
Not that you can see, no.
Okay.
If it does, it's something that it's one of those things that might not have been built into it, or if it has it, maybe Pink hasn't discovered how to get it to activate. It is
Mhm.
also very quiet.
Okay.
It is daytime, and you just left the country of Exodor.
That's when he'd probably wake up.
Yeah, I'm gonna too after she gets her rest.
I have the same health as this dinosaur, by the way.
Nice.
Don't forget to recover your stats. Yep.
Well, Curtis is awake as well. Probably just looking off into the distance. Looking bored.
Who's looking bored?
Kurt.
Hmm.
Bloody surface.
Especially with the sun glaring down at you.
Mm.
Alright, is Clay awake by chance?
I think so, unless I'm still asleep.
Up to you. Everybody can wake up at this point,
I'll be awake.
except for Pink, who's now asleep.
Hey Clay, you said you're a tailor, right?
I prefer the term artist, but sure.
Can you mend a shirt? I took a rather significant hit back.
Let me see. What? That shouldn't be a problem.
So I'll go ahead and pick off my shirt, cast Prestidigitation real quick to remove the bloodstains, and then chuck it to him.
Let's see. Do I still have that kind of color? What color is your shirt?
Just an off-white, like cotton.
Was it just slashed or is it like torn? Because that's.
I got hit by an axe wielded by a giant undead minotaur.
Yeah. No, I can fix that.
I don't know how Grizz would like to describe that damage. But
Yeah,
I
hold
got
on.
hit for a third of my HP.
There's a huge slash in the middle of it.
But does it look like it'll take extra fabric, or is it just stitching that up?
You're stitching it up. I'm checking on travel times and distances and how far a horse can actually travel at the moment.
Did Kurt say out loud that he was bored, or was that just
He
an
looks
aside?
bored.
He looks bored.
He looks bored.
So, Let's see. Come on, Eminet.
Don't entertain the dwarf.
What? Amanet's gonna look over at Kurt. And I'm guessing like Kurt's just like what, staring at the floor of the cart or something.
No, just looking off into the distance, not focusing.
And she'll just kind of like, kick his foot or something, just like playfully trying to get his attention. Hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Look-
fine. I mean,
You look bored.
I am.
How about we walk alongside Court and see if we can forage anything for supper
Mm,
while we're walking?
I could do, but I mean, what will we find? I just gesture out into the wilderness.
That's
It's like berries, surface mushrooms. They don't even glow.
it's
Calig-
not the
While they're doing this, Caligil, can you roll me an animal handling check, please?
What'd you say? Animal handling?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And Eminet slash Kurt, what are you two doing?
oh
Just talking.
just talking. Um, yeah, berries, stuff, things that you might not have cooked. It's not the Underdark things that you love, but it's still new cuisine for you to try out.
I mean, I suppose, but I mean,
You just look bored.
I am.
Figured it might be something to do.
It's less about the. It's not definitely not about the company. I think you're all great. It's. It's just
Topside.
I used to be like, just drifting where I kind of wanted to, and not to where I needed to go.
I see.
Having to get up here to the surface to help with this disaster on the world. It's just it drains a little bit.
I understand. But I plan on going back down with you
Oh,
because I have something.
say. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that.
I wouldn't mind joining you either. All sorts of secrets down there.
Oh, it's fun.
A lot of evil down there as well.
The best part is when you get lost.
Mm, I'll have to take your word on that, Kurt.
I haven't gotten lost down there in a long time ago, though.
Then how do you know that it's... Oh, in a long time. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Me and some buddies of mine, when I first got down there, we fell through some, we were mining excavation and we fell through the floor. Kind of fell far away. Miracle we survived, really. And then we had to get back to the surface. And that's when I realized, Underdog is kind of amazing.
Enlightening.
Well, we'll get back there eventually. But in the meantime, and she'll like hop, like I guess like just like stand up and like hop out the cart and walk alongside. I'm gonna see if I can find something interesting while we're walking.
Oh, let me know if you find something with 3 eyes that glows.
Okay. And so
Carrie
she's just gonna walk alongside and then
Roll a survival check for me. And by the way, Caligil, you're noticing that the horses look a little bit fatigued at this point.
Hey, does anyone know the name of this warford?
83.
83? I think we need to rest the animals. They're looking rather drained.
I don't think he understands what rest means.
I
Oh,
also
Have things sleep.
Oh, also, do you speak Dwarvish? It only understands Dwarvish, I think.
Ancient dialect of Dwarvish.
No.
Do you want me to tell
I can use
83
the
to...
if you could.
83, can you just pull over, stop the cart on the side of the road? And this is in...
Yeah,
As the
83 appears to understand you and pulls the cart over to the side, stopping the horses.
And that's will actually kind of maneuver and Ryan's on more to the back to be kind of like guarding the back.
Pink, can you help me get the horses taken off the cart so they
Pink's
can rest?
asleep.
Pink is snoring.
Oh, sorry. I thought that everyone had woken up.
No. Pink was the one that was navigating through the night. Pink is tired.
Okay.
Kurt is gonna jump off and join Amunet if she's gonna head off somewhere.
I mean, she's not heading off. She's just walking alongside the car, seeing if she can find anything. Just trying to stay active.
And also, I was going to say is, given what Carrie currently is, we'll be looking out for anything shiny while perched on Amunet's shoulder.
Caw.
Is Lancelot on Rhinestone or walking beside him?
He got off and is basically now giving food and water to Rhinestone, letting Rhinestone rest.
Okay. Yeah, Amunet might hang back.
Yeah,
and
Rhinestone
just
looks sleepy too.
Yeah. Do we need to take a rest?
Holly-
Yeah, supposed to.
Stretches and gets off the cart. Yeah, I think we should. It'd be good for all of us.
Alright.
How much longer until we get to where we need to be?
She thinks for a moment. Well, I was just thinking about my map. It's 30 miles here to the 30 more miles till the crossroad, and then it's about. And she quickly thinks again. Then it is about 80 more miles to the temple. So that is over 100 miles to go.
What type of terrain are we in?
Oh, it's all roads till then. And in terms of terrain, you're currently on flat plains. Well, kind of. Some are kind of, sorry, not quite flat, but well, flat with some hills here and there and the occasional tree, but mostly plains.
Slanted plains.
So like a farmland sort of road.
Yeah.
Oh, well, just because Char kind of wants to test out his new spell, gonna take 8 hours, if we have 8 hours to spend. I mean, we need the horses to rest, so I assume we have 8 hours of time. Doing nothing, right?
I mean, yeah, and you can sit in the cart while doing nothing too. What are you trying to do,
Well,
Char?
I was gonna, if we had 8 hours waiting for the horses to rest, I was gonna do that for 8 hours. The 8 hours one. Enrich the land. Half a mile radius.
Plant. So Char's gonna spend plant growing in random territory. Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna enrich the land.
It's the druid thing to do.
That is true. He is a druid, and he is playing it like that.
And I'm chaotic good. A little bit of chaos is never bad.
Also,
Well, you're not wandering around awakening random trees either.
Yeah, who would do
Nah.
such
But also, I can't do that yet, so, you know.
And the reason why he can do that, well, originally was because of that staff that he got.
if Gary's looking for shiny things, do I need to roll anything, or can I just say she's looking for shiny things?
Yeah, roll perception for her.
All right. I was wondering if you need to be perception or investigation. Because one's
This-
+3 and one's -4.
Well, you're kind of like looking up from the thing,
Yeah.
from above. All right. So you guys are taking there, and every once in a while you'll see people with packs on their backs, just kind of looking rather ragged, walking down with occasionally with a few hard-looking faces nearby them, soldier or mercenary types as they pass by.
As they walk by, do any of them appear outright injured?
No, they look more haggard and tired.
Okay.
Like they've been walking a long while and trying to avoid danger.
I think when they walk past, just because he's a knight, he would just kind of give a salute. That's just what he would do.
Some of them, as soon as they didn't spot a bugbear, like, shy away. And, like, one looks like one of the soldier types looks ready to, like, draw their weapon, and when they see you salute, they just kind of give you this confused look. Continue on past.
If I may, if we are resting for the 8 hours, I would like to get out my supplies and attempt to brew a potion.
Sure. I mean, the druid is over there doing plant growth.
I mean,
If we're taking the time, Curtis walking out into the field, finding like a stump or something, and placing the dead pigeon there, and then sitting in the bush, waiting to see if something comes to get it.
Are you telling Aminette about this?
No, he just walks up the dead pigeon and just goes, sits down, observes. Crossbow in hand.
So do you want me to roll with my alchemist supplies or herbalism kit?
What do you? Okay, so you've actually got the stuff to do that. So this would be your alchemist supplies.
All right.
Did
And
you want
intelligence or
Aminette
wisdom?
to help with you with that?
I mean, if he saw you walking away, he wouldn't. But if you're still around, he'd
No, Kurt
he'd
left
let
her.
you over.
And Kurt roll survival check. Actually, no. First roll stealth, then roll survival.
Stealth.
See, then
You're trying to hide.
Encounter would ask if
Yeah,
she wanted to assist.
Yeah, she'll
Alright,
she'll
let's see.
assist you if you ask her.
not stealthy.
All right.
And about
As far as you can tell, you're
Um,
hidden.
Alright. Should I roll something else, or was that I'm just sitting there?
Roll survival check.
Alright.
Ooh.
Holy
Well
crap!
Okay then.
Well,
I caught
you're
a
getting
dragon.
no, you didn't.
Drag it back to camp. Look, guys, what I got?
Just drags back a dragon by its horn. Oh, Mom.
Lumbering over to this cart out of some woods that are nearby. They're I mean, most of the stuff is plains, but there's, like, a few scattered woods. It's
Like little copses.
yeah, and out of one of them, a small family of bears. Well, really, yeah, just a large mother and a cub come wandering out, sniffing at the dead pigeon.
How close?
Kurt, you went far away from the rest of your party, didn't you?
I mean, yes, they could be probably loud, and I want to see something. So
Yeah, so you're at some distance.
Thank you.
Like, you guys are on the road, and he is over in the woods. Well, not near the woods. Sorry, he's still in the fields, but he is adjacent to the woods.
I'm gonna hunt a bear cub. So I'm gonna wait until I have a good shot at it, and then. Boom.
What's your alignment?
What's my alignment? I'm neutral good.
You're good.
If he's hunting for food, this could still be
Hold
considered good, but it'd be pretty vicious.
Hold on. Are you saying all hunters are evil?
I am saying that because my personal belief is that anybody that intentionally hunts a baby animal is cannot be considered good, and therefore I apply that to my alignment systems.
I mean,
Well, I mean, if
I
were
I
to
don't
align
eat veal.
myself,
I don't
would
eat
say
lamb.
I
I
would
don't
not be
tell-
good if I
like
shot
people
the
who do that.
mother.
No, think about it this way. If he shoots the mother, the baby's gonna die anyway. Now,
Yeah.
baby's gonna survive.
It's a
The
kindness
mother
to the other
survive.
child.
No, I still don't see it that way.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm evil then.
No, it's still if you considered neutral, you just would lose your good alignment for doing such a thing.
Okay. That's a second character that loses the good alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral.
Alright, so you get advantage on attack.
I have a feeling something's gonna go
Wow.
terribly wrong in a second
And as the baby bear falls dead from such a shot, the mother turns around and immediately roars in outrage. That's loud enough for all of you to hear.
here.
As I'm casting the spell, just
Hold on,
looking
guys.
around like,
Hold on.
uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Hey, look, we started a random encounter all on our own.
And it's all
And I'm not
its
gonna-
fault.
Oh no, wait.
And
hold
I'm
on.
not gonna be a part of it.
You're welcome.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Let's see. Ah, here we go. This is the one I want. Let's see.
This
So
is-
Kurt, it would be over here. Hold on a second.
Oh boy.
Give me a second. I need to put something on there. Oh, hold on. I'm not even on the right page. Ugh. Haven't moved that yet. Hold on. Sorry. Navigating maps, not fun. And your cart
Yay.
with your people would be here. Token layer. There we go. It would be that wagon back there with all the thing. So Kurt is there.
Ugh. Trying to place my token correctly. There you go.
Kurt is there. Bear is. Ugh. Why don't I have one of these things saved already? Let's see here.
Good question though. Is it a brown bear or a black bear?
That's what I'm looking up right now. It is a 1d2. Roll a 1d2. Alright.
That
So
was
it is a
very
black
aggressive
bear.
1d2.
Which means it's actually not very big. Ah,
Tucker
Fine.
probably would have been setting up right about there. Close enough to the river to get water, but not in the sand.
Okay, then Amunet would.
I'm guessing the water here is only on the map. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's only on the map. Sorry, this is just a random thingamajiggy that I was using it for. It
You're fine.
doesn't really mean the. It's just easier just to use the randoms.
Understandable.
I think Sirlanzo was. I know it's the farthest point away, but he would have been back there.
Yeah, with Rhinestone.
Yep.
Amunet's with wherever Caladril is. So.
Yeah,
Is my little potion.
Char's like right here casting.
So, turn initiative, Kurt.
Do you want us to also roll?
Do the rest of you wish to get in on this, or do you want to just leave him to it?
Ah, there appears to be bears in the distance. Ah, that's fine.
I
You can
If I heard a
handle it.
roar, I might go investigate at the very least.
I'm currently busy.
If the distance is accurate, that is within the attack range for me. If I see Kurt getting attacked, I most likely would help defend him.
Yeah. Mm,
Well, that's a proper reaction.
So I'll roll initiative once you're able to get everything moved over.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put your own token on here.
I don't know how to do that.
Drag your character sheet. Like, go to your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
drag the name onto the board.
Drag the name.
Yeah, like where you see your name, your picture. left click that and hold left click and drag it onto the thing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was a thing. I now know that that's a thing.
You learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
I didn't know that that was a token.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now
Initiative.
you know. Anyone else? Anyone else wishing to join initiative?
They can handle
Nope.
themselves.
Okay. Aminette.
Sounds like Kurt found something. I don't know if he's okay or not. I'm gonna check it out. I'll be right back. And so she's going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. And then how far is she? 40. She will use the rest of her movement to 5, 10, go right here by the rock. So that's her. She can just move. That's all she can do. Oh, bonus action. She'll activate one of her crossbows.
All right.
Oh, I need to figure out how much
Caladriel?
damage. I'll fix that.
Caladriel will run towards the direction of the roar. He's not going to know exactly what the creature is, but it didn't sound like a dragon or anything crazy like that, right?
Right.
He'll run here, staying on this side of the road, and look out towards
Jeez.
where he heard that. Does he see what's going on?
Roll perception check.
Jeez, roll 20 is so laggy.
Yeah, you see the body of a baby bear, and Kurt with a crossbow, and the mother just looking very angry.
God damn it, Kurt! I'll point my rod towards the adult bear and cast Eldritch Blast twice.
All right. Yeah, the first one was enough to kill it. She tumbles backwards and and falls over.
In that case, I'm probably gonna shoot the other.
There was only two.
Oh, I thought you meant there were 2 cubs.
No, I said there was 2 bears.
Sorry,
Yep.
misheard you.
Where's Kurt's token?
Hello.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. I see it now.
Hey,
Yeah.
Clay.
So,
Yes.
Sorry,
Grishapp and
Grizz, go ahead if you want to say your thing.
Grishapp, Kagi, and Polly all come over, and it's like Grishapp just gasps and looks at what's going on there, and Holly puts a hand on her shoulder, and Kagi looks around. It's like, what? All of you were needed for hunting? Kind of shakes his head.
I had him.
Yes, you did.
No, I know you got my back.
Just wanted to make sure you were okay. That's all.
They sound louder than, they sound more dangerous than they are.
Okay. Good hunting, Kurt.
Sky overhead starts to starts to darken. The storm clouds roll in.
Ominette will go back to Caladriel and help him do what he was doing.
And what is it exactly that Caladriel was doing?
I was going to try to work with that Bodak fluid with I'm gonna see if we can make some kind of use out of it, even if we just
You're gonna have to
glean
start
some
over.
kind of knowledge
You're gonna
on
have to
the
start
Bodak.
over with your check then on
Yeah. But before I do
And
that,
by the way, it is starting to rain.
okay. Do we have any kind of tarp in the vehicle?
Yeah, you would have a tarp.
Aminette
I
will
would
like
like-
hold the tarp over while you're doing something like over fire, so it
I
does
was-
you don't get wet and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna just try to make a primitive lean-to with it,
All right.
with some deadfall wood.
Roll
and
survival.
then-
Roll survival check.
Yep. Not my strong suit, but I will do my best. Wah.
Nope. You try and it completely collapses, falling
Can I see him
onto.
try and do this?
Yeah, you would.
I'll walk over and just hold it up.
Kurt,
I will
roll.
hold the dead wood.
Kurt, roll a survival check.
And I was actually gonna call over to Clay, ask if he needed any leather, because Kurt apparently bagged a bear or two.
I mean, if you can get it, sure, but I don't know. We'll see.
But then
Yeah. I'll try.
So Lancelot becomes the lean-to.
and then Aminette would be assisting me in this alchemy check to just get some kind of information on the.
So Lancelot will
boat
also need to roll a survival check with advantage for his height and long arms.
Okay. So it's
It's super laggy.
yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, the tarp just keeps fluttering and rain is pelting it, and the rain begins to get hot. You got a 10.
Yeah.
It's starting to rain a little bit harder as Kurt is working on harvesting what he can from the meat and the pelts. His beard is soaked.
May
The
not be
fur
able to
is
do this.
soaked.
I'm gonna roll up the pelts and try to bag the meat.
I'm picturing Sir Lancelot just like wearing the tarp as a cape at the moment.
Yeah, that there might be part of the problem.
Accidentally
made a
using the
mixture
top as a cape.
Yeah.
Let's move into into shelter, so the rain doesn't hit us quite so hard.
All right.
Looks
was-
around.
Roll a perception check, Sir Lancelot.
Alrighty. That's one of his not so strong suits. Don't worry. I clicked the button. We will now wait.
Ah, yes, the waiting commences.
Dum, da-da-da-da-dum, da-da.
Fuck.
There we go.
Oh damn!
It was worth the wait.
Uh-huh.
Alright, since I can talk faster than I can whisper, I need to see Evil Fluffy real quickly.
Oh no!
Okay.
Hooray!
Alright, so, two things with your perception check. One, as you look around, your party doesn't seem to notice this at all because they're kind of busy sheltering themselves. But you look around and you quickly ascertain that for some reason this rain and those clouds above you are localized pretty much above your party, within about 60 feet on all sides. There's another thing: the rain that's getting onto you. It's oddly stinging your eyes because you keep looking up to see this.
Mhm.
And it's stinging your eyes in a way that rain usually doesn't do. And you taste it? It kind of tastes like salt water. It's weird. There you go. That's what a nat 20 gets you.
Ponytail.
It's like I'll tell you later.
Sunset looks very confused for a moment. Are clouds normally localized this close around us?
Hmm?
And does it normally rain salt water?
Salt water.
Yes. He points. The clouds are very localized around us.
That's very bad for fabrics. Please stop whoever's doing it.
Please stop whoever's doing it.
But
I'll,
it's amazing for your hair.
When I hear Clay say that, I'll walk over to him and open up the bag on my belt. Go ahead, put it in.
Aminette will just like I guess put out a hand, get some rainwater, and then like taste it? And it's salty?
Yes, it tastes salty.
That's weird.
Agreed.
I imagine at this point out, you guys would notice that it is what 60-foot radius around us. You said?
Yep.
Okay.
Someone piss someone off.
Probably Kurt.
Hmm.
Kurt is like coming back, carrying like the pelts over one shoulder, and, like a bag of meat. If I don't know how long it would take for Kurt to gather all of those things. Usually, I don't think. I think it could take up to an hour. Really.
Yeah, it would take up to an hour. We're getting constantly rained on during the entire time. And the rest of the party, I think, is trying to shelter in the nearby trees.
Kind of busy casting a spell.
Yeah, Char probably doesn't even notice that it's raining, or maybe he even thinks that,
Yeah.
oh, good, it's
Like,
raining.
He's so focused. Like if he had to do a perception check, he would definitely be at disadvantage right now.
I think so would actually stand to a point where he can get to the party or Char or Kurt. I imagine he doesn't really give much of a care about the rain. He's kind of like a dog in the rain. If you would go inside, he'd probably just shake. So he's just kind of just sitting there. He's making sure not to look up so he doesn't sting his eyes anymore. Because he's like, that's bad. I did that. That hurt.
How high above us is the cloud?
It also looks like it's about 60 feet in the air. It's like just above the treetops.
Mm-hmm.
Almanet is
Actually, no, sorry, but be more like 200, 200 feet in the air. My bad, sorry.
Okay.
Bad with
I was
sometimes
thinking of trying
telling
to detect magic.
heights. You can use detect magic if you want.
Well, detect magic's only like 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Almanet's looking confused by the fact that it's raining salt water. Looks over and I would imagine sees Char concentrating on the ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Looks up at the cloud and is wondering if this is some sort of spell.
Calico would also like to step outside of the cloud radius and see what happens.
All right. How far?
While,
How far are you going from the rest of the party? That'd be
is it
60
centered
a
on the
full-
cart?
It seems to be centered around the party.
Which part of the party?
The main bulk, wherever the main amount of most of the
Okay.
people are.
I'll walk down the road 80 feet.
All right. Eventually, at the 60-foot mark, you do exit out of the rain, and it's perfectly sunny out there. The area where it is raining is getting drenched.
We might want to move. It seems to be stuck right there.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's not hitting me anymore. It might be Char's fault, but
And I can't even say anything against that because I'm too focused.
I like the fact that you're
I
focusing.
mean, let's
on
be
on
real, it's
making them-
probably from Plan B.
I like that you're focusing on a spell to make things grow better in the area, and it's literally raining salt water.
Killing
Yeah.
everything you're doing.
yeah,
Which basically,
common
which is basically the only way that the area is going to stay alive right now is because of Char's spell.
Don't worry. When it's actually done, it lasts for an entire year, so
Yep.
it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But then Caldro probably would have thought better than wait. Probably not his fault. Salt kills plants. Something's wrong.
Almanet's gonna skim the outside area and just like do like a 360 to see if she can see anybody.
So are you basically getting at the same distance as Caladrill, or are you staying in the epicenter?
I'm staying in the epicenter.
Right. Well, perception check.
Perception. Where are you? There you are.
Hmm. Then you look around. You see the, the, the faces of the rest of your party. Kage, Kage, Grisdrop, and Holly are all clustered together nearby Clay and Pink and 83. Caligel is far away. Sir Lancelot is close by. Kurt is in the middle of harvesting, and Char is close to the edge where the rain is nearly not there anymore. Busy trying to make things grow. Your horses plus the Ankylosaur are moved back against the trees to try to keep out of the rain.
But I don't see anybody else watching the party.
You do not
Nobody.
see anybody else. No.
Goes over to the cart. Looks at Kage, Holly, and Grisdrop.
All right.
One of y'all doing this?
Kage kind of looks back at you and narrows his eyes. What? Why would you say that?
Answer my question.
Why do you think we're doing this? Kage's just he kind of narrows his eyes a bit at you.
Looks at Holly and Grisdrop. Ignores Kage.
Holly is busy patting Grisdrop's back. Is there something wrong, Aminette?
Just asked a question. One of y'all making it rain.
Well, none of us are druids, if that's what you're asking.
It's not what I asked.
How would we make it rain? She asks.
Magic.
Well, I'm not casting any spells.
Looks at Grisdrop.
She's not looking at you. She's kind of busy tucked up against Holly.
Insight check. I would like to insight the little goblin.
Ooh. All right. As you kind of like look at the goblin, who's, you know, she's technically a young adult, but she's kind of presents more like a child.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from, like, you know, translating character ages and sticking with one age and then finding out later that, oh yeah, that makes her technically an adult in goblin years when she's been in my original system, you know, a child. But so it's like, you know, one of those things. And she does look like she was quite upset about what Kurt did, but she's not actively doing anything. She does just look like she's it's hard to tell, because, you know, there's rain everywhere, but she does look like she's been crying. Like what Kurt did to her, you know, for her was, you know, terrible.
Okay.
And she's like not looking at you, and she's like, you know, acting. She's kind of like squeezing up against Holly because you seem to be scaring her.
Yeah. Okay. That was it.
Oops. Whispers up top by accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aminette will just put a hand on Grisdrop and just rub her back lightly.
The girl still doesn't quite look at you. She looks a bit tense at the touch, just because of you know, the fact that you were yelling at Kage.
I mean, she wasn't yelling. I mean, if you,
Well,
she was basically saying, like,
she-
answer my question.
She kind of interpreted it that way.
Fair. Not, when Aminette yells, she will lose her shit. But, so she will, give her a pat, and, mention, I know she's not gonna say anything, actually. And she's gonna just keep walking. And, I think... Char, are you gonna stay in this rain?
Let's see if Char hears you. He's too busy, so let's see. I'm gonna do this with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, I hear. But I don't answer.
Okay. Well, it looks like Char is stuck on staying here, but I think that we should move Cart and everybody out of the rain. So let's go ahead and get everything going. Don't think salt water would be very good for the wood and a lot of our gear. So
Uh,
chill.
Char is still in the middle of his 8-hour thing because
Oh,
the horses need to rest.
He gonna do him. I'm just moving people out of the rain. That's all. He's not answering her, and she kind of just is like, okay, fine. He's gonna be a druid and do his druid shit.
Roll an animal handling check.
Okay.
Also, did Clay put the cloth in my bag?
Quentin,
Is he still going AFK?
I'm here.
Okay.
you've been asked twice now if you put the cloth in the bag.
Yeah, sorry, I just came back.
You're fine. So how much cloth do you have? A lot?
I don't put it in the bag, I put it in my own bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I was asking if you put it in my bag. Because I happen to have a bag that fits a surprisingly large number of things.
Yeah, mine too. I am covered.
All right. So Amunet directs the horses along the path for a bit.
Just out of the rain, so she could.
The,
I mean-
the horses were very... Okay, yeah, you're not hitched to the cart, right? The cart's staying where it is.
Patchy, lay down.
Well, actually, we probably.
I'm sorry,
need
I gotta AFK real quick. My dog's getting into stuff. Be right
Okay.
back.
Okay. I mean, to properly rest the horses, yeah, we would have undid
Yeah.
them. So,
So
but we
Lancelot
do
can
need to.
just- Can see if he can get Rhinestone just kind of like nudge the cart from behind as he walks.
Right. Well, after moving 60 feet with the cart and the horses, the rain is still overhead. Char is currently in a very dry spot now.
Does it seem to be like Lancelot's not suspecting something? He's just gonna like try to walk to where he sees the exact center of it.
Which would be the area around the cart.
I thought somebody was casting a spell earlier. I asked everybody, and nobody. All I seemed to got was no from everybody, more or less.
He kind of looks at the people in the cart. Looks at Listen, he's like trying to figure out like he's not a smart man very much. Just when it comes to magic. Anybody know? You don't know magic more than me. What could be doing this? It moved with us.
Kage just kind of looks around. What? We got a druid in the party. Maybe he's doing it.
Looks at the druid who is no longer drenched.
Question, Grace.
Yeah?
So Kurt is still harvesting the pelts and meat, I guess.
Yeah, they moved past you, and it's still raining.
Alright, so I'm still within the radius. I
Yeah.
never left.
Right.
I don't think it was the druid.
The druid's the only one outside the radius at the moment.
Yeah. It moved with this cart. So it's either the cart's the cause or a person is being targeted.
I have a
So
theory about that.
It's
let,
over.
let's try to get everyone out of the rain first, shall we?
Sure.
We'll leave the cart and horses in Rhinestone. And Sir Lancelot's gonna watch the cloud to see if it follows us.
So you're just basically saying the entire group minus Kurt and Char are going to be walking north.
I'm just
Just,
gonna
just
stay in the cart.
In
Pink
the rain.
Pink stays with Clay along with 83.
okay. We're just.
Well, that doesn't help the theory, though, if they stay, right?
Well,
would eliminate random people.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, but
I have an idea as
If we start walking, does the cloud look like it's still following us, even though Clay and Pink are left behind?
Yes.
yeah, I think my theory's right.
It's one of us.
if
I
if I,
think
may
s-
ask. Go ahead, Amanette.
I think somebody's upset. Looks at Grizzdrop.
The girl's still kind of like pressed into the holly.
I think this cloud is following her.
So
Okay, I seem to have lost tokens by accident. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ah!
That was-
Trying to move people and I keep hitting the cart instead.
Stop
actually did
chasing the
have-
cart.
I actually have a question.
Mhm.
So obviously, all of us do have some rather eccentric abilities, and I saw some of what Holly's capable of. Kage and Grizzdrop, are there any special traits the two of you have that might have conjured this?
Grishop kind of like looks up from Holly and she shivers a little bit and says, Sometimes things break around me when I'm very upset."
Hmm.
And Holly's
I
just
have-
kind of like pulling her close and giving you guys a look. Kage just kind of like folds his arms and hangs back. He's getting very drenched. His long hair is like covered in water.
If I may ask, when Kurt and I killed those two bears, I'm guessing that upset you? Very much so?
She sniffles and avoids looking in the direction of Kurt.
Hmm. I want to apologize for the part I took it. I saw Kurt getting attacked, and I did react brashly and move to defend him. In the future, I will do what I can to understand the situation a little more and avoid needless violence. But in the meantime, we should probably get you into some kind of cover, especially if this is following you.
She kind of like takes a look up at the sky. You think I'm doing this?
Yes.
How? She
I
kind
don't
of
know.
shivers.
The water, salty. By chance, did you feel
not-
like crying when this happened?
She
not
was crying earlier.
supposed. It's not supposed to be salty. She kind of frowns.
No.
Tears.
I'm not really used to too many surface things. I mean, even before I wound up in the Underdark, I lived in caves until they threw me out.
I will say this. I understand you being upset regarding this. And she'll kind of like bend down to get it like oh wait, yeah, bend down to get like at like level with her.
The girl's
But
golden eyes meet yours. They're still a bit red rimmed.
life and death is just a cycle. Sometimes a little bit of death is what you need to survive. What
Sorry,
Kurt is
trying to mute my mic.
what Kurt is doing will feed us, clothe us,
He killed a baby bear.
and the mother too.
All along they wanted to, to kill me for being different. Shouldn't harm little ones.
I know he was doing it just for survival. That's what Kurt does.
Believe me, I do understand your pain.
And she'll like stand up and just give Grizz just like a little pat on the back. Grizz drop. Grizz. Sorry.
It's okay.
And I will see to it,
Go ahead.
and I will see to it that nothing goes to. I assure you, their deaths will not be in vain.
It's another 5 minutes before the rain cloud clears. It's a bit sunny again where you're at.
Sir Lancelot shakes like a dog.
Yeah.
Right next to Kage. Because that's where he is right now.
Kage
Oh,
just
no.
frowns at him. Frowns at him. Do you have to do that, Sir Lancelot?
That was wet.
Mm.
Now I'm dry.
Sir Tough Fur. He mutters.
So, now that the rain has cleared up, Aminette, do you want to assist me in figuring out what we can discern from this fluid?
Sure.
And then, if there is time, Caldro would like to get everything set back up, make his little fire, and begin seeing what kind of experiments he can do on the fluid, just to figure out, I don't know, whether it's a vulnerability of the Bodak or a way that we can use this fluid specifically,
Okay.
like for some kind of utility. I have
No.
no clue how I should roll it.
Now you can finally do your alchemy check.
Okay, and that's an
And-
intelligence, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Your alchemy kit.
Um,
While he's doing that, I'm also going to say in Goblin to Grizz, do not worry. No matter what happens, we'll all survive.
She nods at Sir Lancelot.
I protect small ones.
And she nods again, acknowledging this. But she seems to be a
No,
bit
you go,
sullen.
Cal. This is your thing. She's just helping you out.
Whap.
Oh.
I
That
knew
was-
that was gonna happen.
Unfortunately, you use you distill the sample, use it, and the
Completely inert.
no the tube that you were distilling into just shatters, spreading the liquid all over the place, and it quickly evaporates under the sun.
Shoot. I really have gotten rusty.
Oh, that didn't look very good. Yeah,
Unfortunately. Go ahead.
I think you might have gotten it a little too hot.
Lee. Fortunately, in my travels, my notes did get damaged recently.
Oh.
It's been a trial to get everything recovered.
Well, I don't know what notes that you lost, but I can share you some of mine that I have. Didn't get anything, only things mostly in the Underdark, but and she'll share with him that she has because she made arsenic, um, and she distilled poison from Varrock blood. So that's what she's done so far. So she'll share the notes that she has, Cal, and just say it's not much, but these are all the notes that I have right now. But it's something.
I do have a little notebook full of lore and whatnot, and any margins or blank pages, I'll go ahead and jot that down on my end. And a little note that with Bodak fluid, be sure not to let it boil. It gets
Oh,
it very reactive.
and there's a note about Death Dog. She actually some distilled blood with that in it.
About what?
Death Dog disease.
Death.
Mm-hmm. It's
I don't know
actually
if I've heard or know what that is.
yeah.
It's homebrew.
Okay. Yeah. You're just in the future because of I'm not super comfortable with your world yet. If you feel free to come up with random little tidbits, my character might know because
Okay.
he's literally just been traveling for
Yeah,
10 years.
and if he's been
without
traveling,
any
he
roots.
probably has some knowledge of the various continents that he can access.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't be able to access from here the majority of the Meeg continent for traveling water because there's no easy way through the Strait of Monsters. It's too dangerous. Yeah, I think I told you about this from a future perspective on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That before
Strait of
the
Monsters is no good.
before the invention of steamships down in Eberus, which is the continent to the south, there was no actual transport that way, and pretty much a lot of stuff relied on getting through Meeg was relied on the roads. But yeah, you wouldn't have any knowledge of Chult either because there's a bunch of mountains down on that side.
Yeah,
But you would have some knowledge of the continent to the east. But that's not necessary information at the moment because that's not where your party's go. That's not where the party decided to go. The party decided to go to the temple to the north.
Yeah.
But if they were going to the east continent, that you would actually have some knowledge.
Okay.
So,
sounds good.
And what are the rest of you guys doing? As Kurt finishes harvesting, and Char over there is doing his long time appreciation of nature.
After your needs to go back to normal, he's gonna go back to practicing drawing and activating the blade, and just getting used to it, basically.
All right.
But it's lighter than this halberd. It's actually lighter than any weapon because it doesn't have a blade.
Might as well be holding a stick. A very hot stick.
You know. So he's other than that and guarding, that's really all he's doing. Until we get moving.
Yeah. Aminette helped Caladril, and then she'll probably help Kurt, like if needs to do any butchering or any assisting with that.
I'm not sure.
That sounds like a good idea, Cal, from your whispered note.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I have just one more quick question before we move on.
Okay.
How much time has passed for this rest?
Well, this particular rest can again be the equivalent of a long rest, but since you guys long rested really recently ago on the, on the back of the thing, it doesn't exactly count towards a long rest.
Yeah. I was just meaning resting for the animals. How much time has passed already? Because I would.
Eight,
Caladril,
8 hours would eventually pass.
oh yeah. I was just wondering if Caladril would have time to attempt to do anything else with his miscellaneous alchemy supplies.
What else would you like to do?
I'd say just comb through the materials he has and attempt to distill, maybe not necessarily healing potion if he doesn't have time, but see if he
how
can.
many vials do you
cover
have
his note.
on you? Does the kit say?
It doesn't. It just has an assortment of vials.
Okay.
But if you want to just put a number to it, I have no problem doing that.
No, we'll
I-
just keep track of the fact that
one-
you destroyed one already.
Okay.
I also have 2 vials on me.
From the empty bottles.
All right. So what sort of type of stuff do you have? Just the general herbals and supplies, or do you have other things?
I have a herbalism kit, alchemy supplies, and I also just have a pound's worth of the potion materials
Okay.
from D&D Beyond, but it doesn't give anything specific. It's just generic potion materials. So you can flavor that or structure it however you want, but he's
Alright.
honestly just going to be doing a couple experiments trying to get his notes back, trying to get back in the swing of things.
All
It's
right.
been the last year or so after he lost his notes. He's been roaming around so much, he's gotten extremely rusty. He hasn't been able to practice his craft.
Okay. So I'll let you do another alchemy check to see
Yeah.
what you cover of your notes.
Mm-hmm. And you can decide if it actually gives me a usable potion or if it's literally just me experimenting and scrapping.
That is what
Oh,
the GM
come
does. on.
Nice
So,
heads.
with the experimentation done, you discover that it's a nice red potion. You have done a regular healing potion, which is better than what
Oh.
you did on Wednesday.
Okay, and that's just flat healing potion, right? 2d4 plus 4.
Yeah, it's just a
Cool.
basic healing potion. Well, not like that weak healing potion you made
Mhm.
the other day.
Yeah, I'll pass that along to Kurt. And before jotting down my any little bits I gleaned from that particular experiment.
That'll be for your own reference, really, at the moment.
Yep, I'm just thinking for role playing. My character's
Yeah.
adding to his little notes.
Kurt just
Could I possibly-
holds this bottle in his hand and just looks at it and go, is it for flavor?
No, it's for healing in case you overdo it on the shrooms.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
And by chance, Grizz, could I go ahead and get just an empty handout to kind of roleplay that notebook?
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. And that is everything Caladril has to do.
All right,
Sorry, I like my characters to be active on their rests.
that's okay. No, that's a good thing. I like doing that too. Oops. Oh, that's not what to do. There you go. You've got a mysterious note in your thing for whatever you want to do with it.
Thank you.
Any of the rest of you wish to do something on this this rather active rest, as it is the beast's rest?
Marinate some bear meat.
Oh, I think I did actually have one more magic item, but I didn't.
Do you have the supplies to marinate the bear meat?
I forgot about this item.
Could
You
I
gotta
spice my beard for truffle oil?
Oh!
No, I'm just kidding.
I have a mortar and pestle to help grind up any spices that you might need to parse down.
I have cooking utensils, I think.
Mortal and
Okay,
pestle would be
mortal pestle.
included in the cooking utensils.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just the only thing I have to help. I doubt you
yeah.
need an alembic to marinate
You
steak.
picked up a shit ton of spices too in town, so you should.
Yeah, I
be-
have spices, absolutely, but I don't really have any fat.
oil or anything.
Yeah, I don't have an.
You have
oil.
fat from the bear meat.
That's true.
Depending
I
on
could
the
squeeze
time.
the bear fat. I could squeeze some
Tallow.
bear fat.
What time of
Well,
year is
you
it,
could
Grizz?
heat it.
Well, that's a good point. I'm not sure if I ever actually wrote that down about what time of year, because it started
Yeah.
off in the Underdark, and it's been
Mhm.
a while.
Because if there's a cub, it's most likely spring, which means not a
Yeah.
lot of fat. But if it's going into fall, which a cub would still be a cub going into, I think it would have a fair amount of fat. It
Remember
just depends
also,
on what time of
remember
year
also,
you want.
this is another world. So
Yeah, I'm just talking about the biology of bears
I know,
in
I
real
know.
life. I don't know how the seasons fall in your world.
Well, they follow the same. It's on this particular world because it's not a straight up and down access. I do have like
Yeah.
two worlds that have straight up and down access, so they have no seasonal differential. Uh,
Mhm.
but let's see, you guys have in game time. It's been 78 days since the start of the first session. But I never wrote down what month it was because we were in the Underdark and I wasn't thinking about it. And you're in a relatively well. That's right. Back when you were in Everest, you were in a relatively warm climate because you were towards the northern end of that. Well, actually, you're in the southern end of Meeg, so yeah, you're actually near the equator, which means seasonal variance really doesn't apply at the moment.
I also forgot about something.
What? What'd you forget
I
about?
have a box with a child-sized item in it that's magically protected.
What?
I think
I couldn't
the,
hear.
the GM has completely forgotten about that too, and is now got confusion bubbles over her head.
It was a box that was described as a child-sized, containing a child-sized item. It was a.
When did you get this? I'm trying to remember.
I.
Was it in the
It was,
desert?
it was in the desert. It was in the desert. One of the things.
Oh, it was one of the things that we found in the tomb. Let's see.
So you've possibly been carrying a child's coffin for 2 months.
Probably.
Whoops!
God.
Where did this come from?
Listening
Yo.
back on this Twitch stream is going to be great for you, Grizz.
Oh my god.
So I will pull it out of the bag and go, oh, this is also protected by magic. And just hold out this big chest. Box thing. Whatever it is.
How did you not know that you had that?
I forgot.
Did I write?
Fair enough.
Oh
I have
God, I'm
no
not even
idea
sure if I
what's in
wrote this. I'm not even sure if I wrote this down. I completely forgot you had it.
I love going through your inventory and it's like, oh, wait a second.
Exactly. It's like, wait, what the fuck? Because I have it written as box child-sized item. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, right! That's what that was.
You still have the wine? That
Yes, I
you
have a
think
barrel
is
of fine wine.
Mm.
Fine wine. But also in parentheses, vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Bag of colding, mystery
Oh.
notes.
The arsenic was created by.
I've been.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
sorry, I meant to whisper. So that just to not bloat the chat.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. You pull up the chat all you want. If you're not saying anything, it's
Yeah.
easy to figure out. Especially if I'm sitting here looking at my notes and going, "Why did I not write that down? I knew what it was at the time, and I forgot to put an actual note on it. I hate when I do that, which means it should have been obvious to me, which means I should remember it, which means that I don't know why I don't remember it. So I'm gonna have to sit here and restore all the archived pages that are random, so that I can find what I'm looking for.
I'm just trying to write down notes, almost like from what's it called? Like from Cal's perspective, so he might be able to maybe not get advantage or like any bonus, but just like as a character, be able to role play, being a little more experienced with it, knowing how to make certain concoctions.
Yeah. That one.
She distilled it from earth elemental bits.
Okay.
That Kurt tried to eat.
Mm-hmm. And then force fed it to Athna.
Yes.
Athnar.
while we were flying via dragon carriage, and he
You
was.
have to entertain yourself. There was no good onboard entertainment, so eating arsenic is a perfectly good substitute.
I
Have you ever been bored on a plane?
burn.
Also,
Have you
the
ever been
Virok,
bored on a plane? Just eat arsenic.
and what type of poison was that Virok blood? Was it just damage or was it an effect?
So the Varrock did like an AoE like poison around
Also,
it, like a
also like aerosolizes,
yeah.
or like makes
So
almost like a mustard gas.
yeah,
You
Okay,
farted.
thanks. I'll be
Yeah,
mute now, just typing away.
but yeah, and so she determined glands, and she was able to extract the poison from the glands whenever she got it. So and was able to turn that into some poison. And that's just a typical poison. The death dog disease though is more interesting. It has poisoning state, DC 12 con save. HP gets reduced by 1d20 every 24 hours if it fails. So it's actually kind of gnarly. So
Does it last for a specific amount of time, or does it just go away on a save?
I think it goes away on a save. But
Okay.
every 24 hours, HP gets reduced by 1d20. So
Okay.
Yep.
So at low levels, if you're unlucky, just boom, dead.
pretty much.
Okay. Like I said, I'll be quiet, just typing away.
Oh, this is weird because I could have sworn I gave you guys a map for that underground place. I guess it was just a map that I was looking at the time. Ugh, I hate when that happens.
What
Yeah,
underground
yeah.
place?
Sorry, we had theater of the mind.
The place that
Yeah.
you guys picked that up, and I see it in my head, but that's because I was looking at the old RPG Maker map that I did for that particular dungeon.
Yeah, I had to
Years
draw it
ago.
out in my journal.
It was kind of like a teach over age.
And that would have given me some clue about what exactly it was he picked up. Because he is asking for it to be identified now, which means I need to know.
Let's say.
Ah, there we go. I
Some
found the map for
Mummy,
it.
mummy baby.
Oh, I think I found-
And you found it after you faced off against a wraith, correct?
believe so.
Alright.
Was it where they found the crystal ball and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it was part of that very dead, long dead dragon's horde,
Mm-hmm.
where you found all that money.
I'll share what I have.
All
Yeah.
of that money.
Oh yeah, you picked up a bunch of money from that horde. The wraiths were the only
that
things
is
left guarding it.
the wrong
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
My
Kurt
bad.
has 36 platinum on him.
Yeah.
I'm not used to looking at my money.
Yeah, you guys found at least two very incredible items already from that horde, and then you found a chest that you could not open. But I have completely forgotten what that is. I hate when that happens. My notes get mixed up and lost, and I really need to take better note care.
I feel this.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good about
I
it,
feel this.
but
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I'm usually pretty good at about it. I've got huge pages of notes with all sorts of location knowledge, but then individual treasures I sometimes forget. It's like I only remember them when they were significant, significant to storyline type treasures instead of really cool objects. And it's also possible that could be nothing more than a haunted trinket that I threw in there for flavor.
If it tells you who I am as a player, I don't take notes. And I have 3 campaigns.
Me neither. I am horrible at keeping notes.
I just thinking from last night. Our character finally used the weapon that they haven't used in sessions, and I forgot completely what it did.
I like your note shuttle. Those are
I
cool
like-
notes.
I update my character sheet is quite a lot instead. I get not exactly keeping notes.
Alright, So you found 2 items off of that of the highest order table. Somebody roll me a 1d. Oh, sorry. Actually, no. Um, Sir Lancelot, roll me a 1d4.
Oh, all right. Nope. That's a 2 and a 3. Close.
Okay then.
It's a cursed item.
No.
Banjo.
Yes.
So it's a child-sized box, and that's all you know about it. But it doesn't open.
Some sort of magic protecting it. Oh, I know.
It might potentially be like the box that Wednesday Party found. Needed a particular person to open it potentially. In this case, a long dead dragon. But there are ways around that. It's just they're very hard. And roll me a 1d100.
It's another ring of free wishes.
Oh God, I don't know if that'll actually fit in there. Let me see.
Oh boy.
I can't get the box open,
Oh,
but I
no,
can identify
that
what's being
would
closed.
easily fit in there. Never mind. Oh my God, and that makes so much sense as to what that's doing there too, and why that box is locked. No matter what I had originally planned for it, I know what it is now. So I clearly did not plan for what it was, or I would have written down a specific note. I either knew what it was at the time and thought I would always remember what the hell it was, and at which point it doesn't really matter because
hi.
it's a sealed box. Therefore, I hear an angry cat.
That's right over my shoulder. Hi.
Anyway, so Caladril,
Yeah.
Sir Lancelot is offering you this box that he picked up. That's
Okay.
about child-sized.
I will set it on the ground in front of me gently and unsure of what it is, but I'll be casting Identify. See if anything comes up.
All right.
11 minutes.
Box, child-sized item. Potion of Giant's Great. Zaladin Tavern, Ring of Three Wishes. Feed for Rhinestone, license for mount. It's also
He has a-
possible. It's also very possible that somebody somewhere along the lines simply bamfed that into your inventory, and you, being Sir Lancelot, simply don't know any better. All you know is that you couldn't get it open, and you took it. Is there a reason why do you happen to remember the circumstances to why you couldn't get it open? I'm just curious.
I know we needed, there was some sort of protection on it. That's all I remember. And,
Type of abjuration spell.
I know we brought to Clay to fix it, but then he pretended to fix it.
Oh! I vaguely remember that now.
Oh yeah, apparently it was a loud box, I remember.
Now I remember.
Oh yeah, it was roundish kind of.
No, loud. I thought it was
Loud.
making noise.
I don't remember that.
So it might have been a music box?
I don't know. I might be mistaken, but I think it was more of like an alarm than a music box.
Might have been.
Are we still referring to this little box?
Yes.
To a child-sized
Yes.
box. A child-sized box is what he has written down here.
I mean,
so it's
does
literally
he
the size
mean-
of a small child.
Yeah. Do you mean okay? It's not like a box for a small child, like
It's not a small present. It's a box, literally, that could fit a small child within
Yes.
it.
Yes. Which was probably
I don't.
not much for him to carry, considering he is a bugbear.
Yes.
So while they're discussing this, uh, I'm just casting this, attempting to figure out what's affecting this box, or what it is rather.
Well, there's definitely an arcane lock upon the box, and an alarm spell, but that's already been triggered.
So Clay, you were correct. There was an alarm spell on it, but that has long since been triggered. And unfortunately, I can't remove the lock on it.
Did I take the spell? I should have it, but I don't.
And I actually have a quick question, considering I did give Lancelot a once over with Detect Magic. Would I have seen this glow before?
Oh yes, so you would have, but because I've forgotten you had that item. Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah.
We can just retcon that. That's one of those few times where I'll actually allow retconning. It's because I completely forgot he
Could
had
I just
that.
retroactively just know what school of magic the lock is?
Yeah, and it's whatever the spell arcane lock is, which I don't know offhand.
Abjuration.
Probably transmute.
Abjuration, yeah, that makes sense.
Abjuration? Okay.
I believe so. I use that spell a lot.
Yes, you
So
do,
it's
and while the invisible stalkers managed to try to get around the locks themselves, they weren't able to do anything about the alarms, and the alarms went off and saved people's lives last week.
Thank you, Grick.
So there's definitely an arcane lock on it, but unfortunately, I never went far enough into my studies to learn how to dispel it. If you want to hold on to this, though, hopefully I'll be able to gain access to that later on.
Okay.
But I'm unsure. I'm still uncovering my own powers myself.
He will put it back in his backpack.
Never to be seen again.
Probably.
3 months from now. Hey, I have
By the
this.
way, there's a box in my inventory. What is this thing?
The GM will forget once again what was in there.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, and it will just turn out to be this Mr. Box. You keep rolling for new magic item in it or something.
Guys, I have access to dispel magic. I just don't have it.
Well, you can always
Hey, say
cast it the next day.
Need to wait for a day.
I don't get prepared because I'm a warlock. I have to wait for level up.
I do.
Level
I
up.
can.
Yeah.
I can dispel it.
Oh.
Once, a day goes by.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, good.
Okay. Will
I have a hammer.
Will Char have told me this?
If you told Char.
I just said it out loud. I
Okay.
don't have the ability to dispel this currently.
All right. Well, by the time you get
Do
to
we want to dispel it?
Translate shrugs.
it takes you a full walking afternoon and evening to get to the crossroads. Basically, by that point, you guys would be taking a long rest again, and by the time you get to the crossroads, the horses and your other mount will be needing a rest.
What do I want to swap out?
I don't know.
I'll swap this out for the spell magic.
And one question I did have, because again, Caladrel will be active during his rest because he's awake.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you want 1 pound of materials to go? Because dry doors aren't terribly heavy, but it literally has it completely open-ended. So it's entirely...
I'll let you know.
Okay. Because if he still has materials, he'd like to be trying to recover his notes pretty much every long rest. And I'm perfectly fine with even something as simple as you don't create anything usable, but you think you might have a lead on this, like on this effect.
Yep,
And
that's
scribble something down for future reference.
yep. That sounds good.
Yep.
So you're gonna work on your alchemy skills. What are the rest
Mhm.
of you guys doing after you waking up from your long rest and making setting the horses and the other thing and the ankylosaur to get some rest.
Uh, if, he's just gonna
As
kind of
when Char wakes up. Oh, sorry, you go.
oh, he's just gonna be standing over here, basically guarding, kind of like watching around.
When Char wakes up, he's gonna go to Sir Lancelot. Hey, Lancelot.
Mm-hmm.
The box thing that you have talking about dispelling
You're-
magic.
You're roboting a lot, by the way, Char.
Yeah. Sorry. You were wanting to dispel some sort of magic.
Yes, there's a arcane lock on this box.
Can I have a look at it?
He will set the box down between them.
And I will cast spell magic.
You're roboting very badly, Char.
He's casting dispel magic.
Yeah,
Please be able to hear that.
You're gonna need to reload.
Yeah.
Am I not allowed to play anymore? You're trying to take over my keyboard?
Meow.
Is this any better?
No.
No.
There's nothing I can really do about that. Other people are probably on the internet.
Punch tickle
By
you,
chance, do you have Steam or some other system that might be automatically updating in the background?
Hi, Vax.
Nice.
My little kitty is here.
Hmm.
My little kitty. Hello,
No,
sweet boy.
no, nothing's doing anything in the background.
Nope. You're sitting on my book. I need my book. I need to open the pages.
Okay, so it's not.
Sorry.
And on a random note, how does everyone like my little alchemy stand?
I like it.
Well done.
Here you go, sweet boy.
Am I still roboting?
No, you're fine now.
Seems fine.
Sorry, little guy, I need to close that book. Cats, they come in and they want to stand on your books.
Alright, hopefully I don't robot again. But yeah, I just cast the spell magic on the box thing.
Okay. You hear it click, click, and the round box is lock is no more.
Do you want me to open it?
I can open it.
Or
I say as I start to open it.
Inside, you find what looks to be a bolt of cloth, carefully folded, black in color, and rather silky to the touch. Doesn't appear to have anything else inside.
Hmm.
Anything interesting?
Just this cloth.
You want me to take a look at it? It was locked for a reason, I'm sure.
Sure.
Once I'm done with my my distilling, I'll take a look at it with identify.
Does anyone else, upon hearing what Char has discovered in there, wish to do anything?
I could use a new rag to clean my dishes.
I mean, Amanette's curious. Like, she'll pop a head over and just look.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
I'm just holding it now.
Knowledge, basically.
You picked it up.
Yeah, I've picked it up,
Alright.
looking at it.
You pick it up and it kind of unfolds a bit in your arms. And it's weird. It seems to be in a kind of a circular cut.
May I
That's
ask
cool
what you mean
looking.
by circular?
What? Kind
When
of like
you
the
say circular,
box.
do you mean like it's cut into a circle?
Yeah, it's cut into a circle, although it was folded inside that box. When you open it up,
Oh.
it's a lot. It's a bit bigger.
How big is it?
I mean, as a player, I noticed.
Yeah, I know.
I
I think I know.
I think
As a
everybody
player,
knows.
yeah,
I
but
think I
you
know.
know, as a player, I know, but I can't say anything. Can't really say, oh yeah.
Oh God!
I
The
can't
players
help
figure it out right away.
Hey, why don't you unfold that?
Don't.
My character actually is a failed apprentice, so I think he'd know what this is. I
Arcana,
can't-
Arcana check right now. Caladriel, as you
folding,
look up
bag
and
of folding.
as you look up.
God damn it!
In the bag of folding.
No, you're
Well, I'm just gonna
you're
wait
unsure
until
what it is.
he
But,
identifies it.
But Machari is holding it up.
Yes, it's
It appears to be
Okay.
about 6 feet in diameter. It's rather large as you're holding it.
Damn it.
I've taken ownership of this thing, whatever it is.
I mean, you like look over and it's kind of buzzing in the back of your brain. It's interesting looking, and there's just something. You kind of can tell that it's magical, but you're not entirely sure what it is.
If you're not gonna use it, could I clean the dishes with it?
I'm waiting for
Once I'm done distilling-
Caladran to be finished distilling to have a better look at this.
I'll be able to identify it in a moment.
Alright.
So I'm blanking on what.
And then if he determines it's just the basic cloth, you can have it.
Sweet.
Amanette turns to Kurt in the cart. It's not a basic cloth. It's got some.
Darn.
Sorry.
Takes out a very dirty rag and starts doing the dishes with it.
Oh God.
Would I see this little interaction?
Maybe.
What's
the
your
cart?
what's your passive perception?
Not great.
I would notice it.
What is your passive perception, Caladriel?
11. Sorry, I had to pull it up.
You're kind of focused on, one part of you was focused on making the potion, and another part of you was looking at what Char's holding. So no, you don't really
Okay.
notice what's behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just-
that'll be my action. Distill, then identify.
Just cleans it with a dirty rag and then so cleans it back.
Amanette's just like watching him.
It's like, oh yeah, this is got this place specific for collateral.
And Polly whispers over to Amina and says, "Don't worry, I always use purify food and drink."
No wonder we haven't died.
Note to self: maintain social distancing from Kurt.
Oh, too funny.
Perfect.
He like takes the rag and leaves it on the cart for a second, and it's just solid.
Oh god.
It's standing basically up on its own.
Yeah. Yes.
Like the rug from Aladdin.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That rag hasn't been cleaned in months.
Kurt, do you want me to clean that rag right there? Get some water? Maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She's gonna do that while they're dealing with the portable hole.
If only they took the rag to the guy that has the magical OxyClean.
Hey, if you need a poison, just squeeze something out of the rag.
Is that a challenge?
I'm contemplating it right now.
I will. I have
Botulism.
notes.
So,
Oh.
after 10 minutes of ritual, you were able to cast Identify, Galadriel.
Mhm.
And let's see.
Is it?
It is a well of many worlds.
A what? Well of many
What?
what?
Hey, what?
Oh, you don't even know what I thought you knew what
No,
this
you
was.
cut out. A well of many what?
Many
You cut out.
worlds.
Oh.
I thought it was a portable
Hey.
hole.
I thought it was a portable.
No.
Oh.
A portable hole is small compared to this.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wow.
It's a well of many worlds.
Oh my
I'm
god.
Well, what do we have?
That's why I had him roll on the 1d4 to see if there was another legendary artifact in that horde or not. And he rolled he rolled a 3,
Wow,
which means that
okay.
the object that was locked in a box had to be another legendary object.
Oh.
So, I'm just reading it now.
But it makes
Yeah.
sense considering it's a child-sized box and it was round.
Since I was able to identify it, could I by chance get a brief description of what it does to explain to the others? I've never actually heard of the well.
You kind of like a portable hole, you would hear it to something, and it opens up a portal to a random location in another plane.
Yeah, we're not giving this to Kurt. I
Well,
saw
what
what
does-
with that rag.
What does it do?
It's called a well of many worlds. I thought it was a portable hole, but it functions a little different. You place it against a surface, and it opens up a door to a random plane.
Oh. Let's just fold it up, put it in a bag, and forget about it.
Oh!
No, please, dear God, no.
No, my bag. My bag.
Normal
Not
bag?
like- not a bag
I
of-
only have a normal bag.
Yeah, he's
I don't have a bag of holding.
All
I'm not special like that.
right. Also, since I cast the Identify, does that mean I was done distilling?
Yeah, and you distilled another, a much weaker potion of healing, kind of like the one you made on Wednesday.
Okay.
Neat.
It is neat. Not sure if we're ever gonna use it.
It's yours.
For better or for worse.
The way Sir Lancelot sees it, you opened a box, you can have it. He's not a greedy man.
Nearest Char.
Hi, little guy.
But that was definitely interesting.
He'll put the box
Oh.
back in his bag though, and I'll just mark that it's empty.
Just stop.
Empty
Continue
child
carrying the
size.
box.
You never know, that could come in use.
It could.
It could.
We might
And,
need to bury something small. In child size.
Having a chest wouldn't honestly be that bad. Be the storage.
No, it wouldn't. You can
But
make
no-
knowledge. Put more stuff in it.
But in all seriousness, after packing up my stuff, I'm going over to Kurt or Aminet, snatching that disgusting rag, and casting Prestidigitation to clean it before we die.
I'm near has it.
Yeah. She's like hanging off the side of the cart, like pouring some water over it and trying to wring it out.
Holy water, blessing it,
Just said regular water, not holy water.
casting out whatever
Acid.
foul presence.
Demons. Demonic rag.
I do have gibbering mouther bit. I can rub that in it.
That might make it better.
Don't lick it, otherwise you will be seeing Quare by the end.
Hey, that's Kurt's dirty rag. It's a legendary item. If I'm gonna allow me, I'm snatching that shit and cleaning it.
Go for it.
If it even is able to be cleaned at that point. Does prestidigitation work?
I don't know. Read out the part of it that goes cleaning.
Alright, let's see. You instantaneously clean or soil an object no longer than 1 cubic foot. No larger than 1 cubic foot.
What's the size, Kurt?
1 cubic foot and 2 inches.
You're telling me this is a massive cloth that folds?
Yeah, of
bigger than
course. I fold it up and I use it.
It's a bathing towel.
Yeah,
A bathing towel is still smaller than a cubic foot.
yeah.
Then the rag is clean.
So it's a wash rag that you clean the dishes, a bathing towel.
It's
Well,
an
it's definitely
all-purpose.
it's definitely
I
Kurt's bathing
imagine
towel.
like an apron or something as well. Like you could like.
Yeah, I
Wait.
use it for everything. Like I can wash my face, I wash
Exactly,
my body,
it's a
I
bathing
wash
towel.
dishes.
Wash my body, wash the dish.
In that order.
In that order, yes. I've been doing it for months.
I'm
So
picturing
so
now-
we've been eating Kurt flavored food then.
Oh my god.
Hey, as
It's
any
the
other
dwarf
master
place.
chef, I put a little bit of myself in my food.
What? What?
Hey
No,
Shuttle,
yeah,
have you watched Disenchanted yet?
No, I haven't.
Darn it, you
No.
still haven't. Then you don't.
I suck. I know.
Emphasis on the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
I'm just picturing, like, you know how you put sinks in the dishes in the sink with the dish soap and all that? Just a dwarf in there bathing while cleaning the dishes.
Oh god.
Doing the dishes. I'm brushing his like hair with the towel at the same time.
Good God. Thank goodness for purified food and water.
Not kidding. What do I roll?
He wants to make
boy.
this-
What do I roll?
Sorry, I have to get closer to the screen. My cat has decided that he wants to cuddle up with me, and I put my glasses down at the same time and I lean back because I was listening to you guys chat. Immediately begins taking out equipment to make disinfectant. That is a good question.
'Cause I'm literally trying to make something.
you
that
have
will kill
alcohol?
Bacteria. No, I have generic.
Then no, you cannot
herb
make
ingredients.
disinfectant.
Damn it!
You need alcohol.
Why do you want to make disinfectant? I wasn't here when whatever conversation took place.
Kurt's wash rag for his dishes is actually his bathing towel.
Oh.
Yes.
It's not like purpose.
I don't have alcohol though, which I'm gonna need after learning this.
I have alcohol.
You have vinegar.
That works.
Vinegar would also work.
Vinegar is acetic acid. That
I
that
use
will
I
work.
use vinegar for my disinfectant because I'm allergic to a lot of other stuff.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
I have
we're
antitoxin.
overreacting.
that too.
This dude doesn't bathe, so why are we worried? He hasn't used that towel for anything else. It's
No one pointed that out yet. Good.
When have you ever heard of Kurt going to a bath?
Of course I wouldn't wash myself. The towel is dirty.
I should have given that potion to Aminet. Speaking of commonet, this is what one is not quite as effective, but it was still helpful to cover my notes. Take it, and you received a weak healing potion.
And you have to tell her the stats on that. Because I gave
Yep.
them to you on Wednesday.
Yep.
Eh.
Anyone else have anything else they wish to add?
Nope, just making sure we don't get attacked by anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be keeping watch as well, because
Alright, well, I think that will be it for this session. Because I don't want to start a potential fight ambush or send you off down the rabbit hole, which Char already put away, or anything else that's fun and lively.
And
We
this
will
is the point where
reconvene
you
in-
say, I
What?
lied. Green dragon.
No green dragon right now.
Oh.
Blue!
No
When
blue
last
dragons
dragon-
in the area.
White.
Last Green Dragon.
No,
I
it's
took
too
on,
hot
it went
in
down
Ceres.
easy.
Yeah, that's because it was only a young green
I
dragon.
know, it was young and it took levels in Paladin instead of unlocking its own potential.
Druid. It took levels in Druid.
Oh, Druid, that's what it was.
That's why it could turn. That's why it had a humanoid form.
Mm-hmm. Basically reverse wild shape.
Yeah, well, it's still basically wild shape, except for when it comes to a dragon, a human is a wild shape.
Yeah, I'm saying reverse insofar as it is a non-humanoid turning into a humanoid.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
Fantastic.
But I'm
See you
about
guys
a friend
in-
of mine's wanting to play.
See this game in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.